Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good tomorrow and yesterday. I hope you are well wherever you are in the world. It's a good day for you. I hope it's an absolute fantastic day for you. Get some lottery numbers. You deserve it. Okay, we are just firing up our game. Gonna see if we can do some more on the Brigilla, I think it was the name of the world, with the temporal tear opener upon it. And we have a bit of work to do to try and get this thing going. And see what we can do. Can we achieve this episode? So let's see. Are we in? I think we're in. Let's but no, I never get tired of that transition. That's lovely. All right. Boom. Let's see what happens. Things fire up. Now we discovered that we don't get a lot of power here from solar. Not much at all, but it is charging up our rocket battery, which is quite nice. I'm not too sure how that will go down when we start getting into this section here. Let's go there and go beds. Don't care about you. Toilets. Don't care about. Oh, food. Don't care about. How are you? Yeah, we'll leave that one on. Toilets. Don't care. Trapped. We'll definitely leave on. Right. So where are you taking everything? You don't take all the steel back into the rocket, you muppet. No. Don't take all the steel back into the rocket. That's what you're doing, isn't it? I know what you're doing. Let's go. Because I dumped it all out, even though that's on a 1, it's the only job she can do, so I'm trying to do. Now, let's run a ladder up here, I think. Maybe there. We're going to try and get some of this lead. We're going to deconstruct that. Guess we'll dig that one out as well. Might come up this side as well, and we'll deconstruct those bits. Awesome sauce. And deconstruct you. Priority wise, just do anything there that you can reach. Perfect. Awesome. That's nice. We like it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can deconstruct all of that crap as well. Dig out those. Unfortunately, all the time I'm wasting time. All this is off-gassing. Bleach stone is off-gassing into the area. Giving us more problems to deal with. I think I might get some of this diamond down as well. It doesn't need to be that thick, does it? See what we can reach. Might be nice to have a little bit of diamond for something. I'm not sure what, but something. Let's replace those then with a bit of... it's probably granite will be the best. Yeah, you're probably getting tortured, aren't you, standing there? Actually, no, 2 layers of glass is pretty good. I think I might cancel that. Don't deconstruct that. Cancel that. See what this is like once she starts removing the effective layer of lead. Yeah, see that suddenly opens up. Fairly safe. But what we're going to do is we're going to lay that underneath. Yeah, you don't need to build that. Don't worry about it. There you go. Perfect. Now, if we get a ladder, we go 4 down from there. We can come straight across there. Ah, yes. That is work for when there's no work to be done, basically. Let's make that a slightly higher priority, so that's done first. Right, this is more tidying up stage. I shouldn't be doing this. Getting this work done. Right, let's plan it. I know we're on a planet. Let's plan it for the planet. Right, once we've got that lead, which we should now have access to, we can put in another 1, 2, 3. Oh, nice. Oh, I'm pleased with that. A lot out of that, didn't we? So, hey, BLS, how are you today? I hope you're well. I hope you're feeling better today. Not nice, not feeling very well. So, let's hope you're feeling better today. How are we going to do this? For now, I think that's probably the easiest, right? Not the most prettiest, but definitely the easiest. And then we'll pop in those there and put in another one on a 7 as well. So that gets all done first. There we go. That's given her plenty of work to do. Get on with. Once this ladderage is in place, we can destroy this floor and put in our own tiled floor. And then what I'm thinking of doing is letting all this water, a lot of it, down into this cavern area here. And putting a steam turbine on top of this iron volcano. Oh, good. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. Sometimes you just need a good sleep. Yeah, this system is working quite well with the atmosuit checkpoint, but we'll have to disengage it when she flies home. No, we haven't started charging anything. We've got to get power up to... Oh, wrong place. We've got to get power to this thing, a red bolt generator, which is dipped in this little tiny pool of polluted water that isn't being cooled at the moment. And I'm hoping they will last long enough just to fire enough red bolts into this thing. It needs 1,000 red bolts. We've got our power wire in situ. But the problem is, I don't think we make enough power like we found on Grosselin. These 2 solar panels didn't generate enough power with 2 batteries to power this thing overnight. And of course, as soon as you stop charging, it loses red bolts. They deteriorate. So by the time morning comes, you've lost all the red bolts you generated the previous day. So we need a way to charge it at night when there's no sun. And I'm not convinced the Lux on this planet actually produces enough power to run it in the first place. So I'm thinking of tapping into the volcanoes. There's at least 3 that I know of. Now if we stick a couple of steam turbines on top, I'd like to just line the steam turbines along the top of the whole place and just let them run, but I don't think it would generate enough heat. Not for us to get power anyway, and I do want power from it. Yeah, we can set it with smart batteries to turn off when the power gets low. But the problem is, go back there. Breathability is now the one it's moaning about. Yeah, let's turn off that. Don't care about breathability. Oh, and I also don't care about toilets on this place. Toilets. We don't have any, so there's no point complaining about them. Right. What happens is you can set it to the minimum of 50 red bolts. When it generates 50, it will fire them across. In this case, it's going to fire them into this red bolt joint plate, which takes it through the wall and inside the base. And then it should, I hope it won't hit the light fitting, but it should then fire directly into that, which is why we've got a little block there. So that if that gets full, it doesn't fire them off. But the problem is, it won't generate enough. Once it is powered, it will tell us on here. We'll be able to hover over it and it will say like 20 rad bolts a day. Problem is, if it generates 20 during the day, at night time it will probably lose all 20. So you will never get any rad bolts out of the system because it needs to get a minimum of 50 before it will fire. We have to figure out a way of powering it overnight. We have to. And the only way I can really think of doing it is to fire up some of these. Well, we could do real basic. You could do a hamster wheel and let Ellie run on it all night. That's one way of doing it. Just run on the hamster wheel and generate some... Yeah, I was thinking connect that joint plate into all this cool area. But we'll probably make an actual cooling loop with some polluted water or something in it. Once some more of it has melted. And run that through. I think I'd rather go to Grosselin and get that fried mushroom. That could be fed to the tree. Now, how are we doing down here? Is this getting any closer to erupting? 1.3 cycles. Hurrah! It's going to erupt soon. If it already has, I think that might be tungsten on there. Yes, it's already erupted. Excellent. Good job. That means this is now hot enough. Ah, that's sweet. I like it. That means it can start actually doing some more of our iso resin, our resin. That's now powered because it's hot enough in this chamber. Ah, that's awesome. I like it. And then these guys will trigger. That one's just triggered. That one will trigger next. Then that one will trigger later. I wish I'd put more of them in now. I wish I'd put loads in. We could have a row on each side. I think what I'll do is I'll increase that to 30. Not 630. Just 30. There you go. Now it's active again. I think this level will start going down. We'll remember what it's at. 895, okay? Wait, my memory. 895.5. There we go. 896.5. Okay. So, yeah, we could have run this automation wire up here, straight down here, and had like 3, 6, 9, 12, 31, 15, 16 of them on here. All connecting to this valve, just to trigger it at various points in the day. That way you don't get too much coming through at any one time. I mean, we could pump it right up and put it on, say, like, you know, I don't know. There you go, let's put 30 kilos through. We could pump that up to sort of 100 kilos and it would definitely catch up. But my worry would be that coming down this would be too much, adding to the system in one hit. But yeah, that's nice to see it running again. Ah, there we go. Instantly turns into iso resin and gets swept out. We're not sending the tungsten at the moment. We're only sending the iso resin. It's coming out at 100 odd degrees, but it's got to run through all of this 25-degree water before it leaves. That bit was 33 degrees. That bit's 26. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's get back to Regilia and do what we've got to do here. So I would rather the batteries were done next, please. Do the batteries next. Then put in this wire. Do the batteries first. Yeah. We got the lead for these batteries by deconstructing all this metal that was around the temporal tear opener. So that was quite nice. Thank you for the free lead. No, I want granite. Granite there and... What? No, I'm building drywall here. Cancel that. I was building ladders. Apparently not. I want granite ladders, please. Funny how this building, the vending machine, is like not got a base, but it doesn't show that it's like... There you go. It doesn't have the falling rocks icon to say it doesn't have a proper base. Right, go and get yourself some lead. There should be plenty of it sitting around. Yep, there's some up there, some down there. Excellent, nice job. Build up some batteries. I'm going to suppress these. I didn't say insufficient lead, but there definitely was sufficient lead when I built them. I wouldn't have put them in otherwise. I'm not setting any kind of minimum maximum threshold business because we don't need any of that. This is literally just to store as much power as we possibly can. Hopefully, maybe the combination of this and the power storage on the rocket, the battery on the rocket, might be enough to run this overnight. My problem is this needs 120 watts, and if we run out of power, what's that doing? Oh, it's actually pumping. Yeah, it's filling this back up. Oxygen. And if this was to run out of power, she will not leave the rocket. She will stay inside. When she wakes up, if there's no power to power this suit dock, she will just stay in the rocket. Won't get any work done. Hey, crikey, there's a poke shell here. Hasn't been a poke shell there for ages. I'm also intending on making this a vacuum. If that's a vacuum, then she should be able to run through there fairly safely. It won't be the perfect vacuum, but it'll work. It'll do what it needs to do. Yeah, I wonder if we can use that, what was it called? Under plumbing, wasn't it? It was a conduction panel. Carries liquid allowing extreme temperature exchange with overlapping buildings. Can function in a vacuum. Can be run through floor and wall tiles. Ah, liquid intake, liquid output. We could definitely kind of use this somehow. I hope we're not using up too much of our steel. We bought lots with us. We bought 20 tons, but we've already used a lot. And we'll need steel and plastic and stuff. Build our steam turbines with. Which is probably the better one to start off with. This one's completely flooded. We could probably do this one a bit easier. I like to replace these mesh tiles. So I think we can make mesh tiles out of wolframite. Yeah, we can when we get some. We don't have much to work with, but we do have a patch of wolframite down here. That'll get us some of our steel back. We can get in here and get this chunk as well, I think. That'll be good. We'll get a patch when we dig this area out anyway. Yeah, then because we really need to put mesh tiles here because some of this is going to start melting or falling away or something's going to happen and then our batteries won't work. Make sure that is a low priority. Yeah, this is a 6. This needs doing, please. I'm going to make that even higher. We'll just have to watch it as if I can figure out how those thermal connection things work properly with water liquid flowing through them. It seems like the center part is the bit that's supposed to be in the floor or the wall. You don't want the heat coming out in the floor or the wall. You want it in the room. Seems kind of wrong. You want it in one room or the other. Right, do that. And also do that. Those two need doing, please. What happened to the rest of the lead? Did it fall in here where you can't get to it? Is that the problem? Yeah, I think it may have done. So we'll have to get in there and see if we can get to the rest of the lead. Might have dropped somewhere where it's unreachable. Yeah, there's lead here and stuff. Yeah, once you've dug down there, you'll be able to get to that. And we'll dig through there and let a lot of this water out. But I don't want to let it out until I'm ready. Otherwise, the volcano will begin to erupt and fill the place with steam, probably, which would be quite bad for us. I'll just leave those unbuilt smart batteries there. And as soon as she gets able to reach the lead, she'll build them. Where are you off now? Oh, I suppose she did take some steel back indoors. She's probably going to get it. Where you gone? Hello. Come for a break. Come for a... Probably waiting for a suit. Yeah. This is only a tiny gas pump. So I did that on purpose for the size fitting in the room. We could have moved the power outlet to there and had a big pump. But I did it for the size fitting in the room and also for the fact that you know, it takes 240 volts for a big one. 240 watts or whatever it is. Well, let's see if we can get this at least. It's getting the wires done. It's getting there. There's no power consumers yet. Literally, as soon as she gets to this point, it should start up. But I don't think it'll have the power to last the night. I don't think even these generate enough power to run it during the day. 50 watts, 59 watts, 59 watts. And this thing is, what is it? 180? Yeah. I don't know if we generate enough from those 3 solar panels. What I might do is break 2 of them off so that only one of them is powering the rocket and the other 2, and perhaps another one, a third one just here. We've got just enough, I think, to build 1 more. Yeah, we'll have to miss a gap out for that. We could put another one here, and then we'll have 3 powering this directly, like we did on Grosselin. Oh look, she's found some lead. And now building it. Excellent. And it's got its own, for a limited time anyway, it's got its own cooling power, cooling room. Why we put them in here in the first place. Enough room for 1 more. When we destroy this floor here, that'll be lead. So we'll put another battery in probably. Boom. Awesome sauce. Well done you. Pleased with that. We're starting to get some little drifts of power coming, but I don't think it's going to last. I think we're going to be out of power and really struggling. In fact, with that in mind, I might actually cut this off. I might snip that for now until we're a bit more established. I'll power that door. I'll let that get powered. Get all the wires put in situ where they're going to be needed. But at the moment, all we've got is this large power transformer powering a door. So yeah, there's that. In go the wires. Well, at least the bare bones of the skeleton will be in place for what we want to build. Main thing. Got some stuff in situ. There we go, bit more. A little bit more. How much have we got left? I thought I ticked deal so that we could see how much was left here. last time, but apparently not. Steel, please, and plastic would be nice to know. Right, we've only got 500 kilos of plastic here. I thought we had a lot more than that. Never mind. I think we get to use some. Right? Totally sure. Deconstruct that one now. Deconstruct that one. Place in ladder. Place the ladder there. I'm not sure if that's got to be a tile or if this thing can just float. I suppose we'll find out in a moment. If it gets the no floor symbol, then I'll know it needs to have one. But I don't see one, so we can just put a ladder there. It might complain once it starts getting powered up that it needs a floor. I don't know, but you can write over ladders, but you can't write over those lead tiles for some reason. Let's get that done. That looks a lot neater. And deconstruct those. Nice. It's tempting to destroy this one, but it's there for a reason, so I'm leaving it. There we go. Awesome. I like it. Can you just get rid of that because it's really annoying me, please? Okay, so now what I want to do. Now, if I put a steam turbine on top of this iron volcano, I've got a funny feeling this is too much water for it. Just too much. So, probably wouldn't work very well. Now, there is a little bit of obsidian here, but not much. So I'm just going to go with granite and hope that that works. Yeah. Just go with granite and hope that it works. Sounds like a logical plan to me. We can dig through most of this because it should actually just fall down as it's all sand. That will give us... I'm probably picking the wrong one to work on. I have no idea which one's going to be active, which one's dormant. But the idea is if we can put 2 steam turbines on each of these and get them going, dig them out so they can start running. One of them should be active at any one time, really, hopefully, surely, probably, maybe. And that means at least one of them should be providing us with power. So, yeah. So we should all be ready. We're now powering this door with, you know, 4,000 joules of power on a 2,000 watt wire. Now that is actually going to start running down 29.3 kilojoules. While the night time is here, I'm just going to connect this and just watch what happens to our battery situation. Because we need our battery to be high, to be going up. And we definitely discovered that 2 solar panels on the rocket when it's stationary on this rock isn't enough power to run our suit and our pump. It just isn't enough. So we definitely need at least 1 solar panel on the rocket itself just to charge the rocket up. It's fine. We could actually take this one and raise it up here, put it there, and just power it directly to the rocket. And then all the wires down here would be for the base and for us. You just get rid of this piece of wire here and just have a solar panel up there. I think that might be better, actually. Have a solar panel just up by the top of the rocket where the battery is. Game is saving, so I will have a bit of a drink. Something to drink. Stay hydrated in this. Yeah. Was it 27 degrees? Yeah. Yesterday it was 27. It said it was going to be 2 degrees hotter today. 29. I might place this one a bit in line with that one and just go boom. Place it there. Place a ladder there. Then we can take that one off. We can have, yeah, put it over there somewhere. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Unreachable build. Yeah, those can be on an 8, please. More important work to do. I'd rather separate that because this is running now, right? And it's running, collecting rads from space. And it's going to get 25 per cycle, okay? Which means it can't get enough to fire in one day. It has to run through the night. Whatever it's got stored in it, if there's not enough power at night to run it, it will go, well, it seems to be. No, look at these batteries. These are drained. Yeah, oh no. We've only got 5 red bolts. Yeah, they seriously nerfed solar energy. Seriously badly. It seems like it's not draining it out of the rocket, as far as I can tell. Oh, it is. No, look at that. It's going down. Okay, well, what we're going to do is just a little bit of this. You'll be able to put that in once she's built the solar panel. She can walk on it. Oh yeah, that'll work. Don't worry. That could be an 8. Come on, where are you? Where are you? You go inside. Oh, yeah, she probably did. I think sometimes if a suit has not enough oxygen, we'll actually run inside to fill the suit with oxygen, which is interesting. Good. Now let's power that up, please. That is actually lasting quite nicely though, isn't it? We could put that, instead of deleting this wire, we could put a, we'll snip it for now. One last piece of wire, please, come on. This one will not get any sun anymore because now it's blocked. Deconstruct that one. Ugh, I did it on a 9, so now she's going to come and do that. That was a stupid move. Yeah, please do that. Now what I'll do, for now, I will snip this wire. This power wire here. But what we could do, you see, is at a later date, we could put a power switch, power shutoff on there, on a timer. Yeah. So it only comes on at night and gives power from our battery only at night. That means that these solar panels will have a chance to charge this up during the day. Right. Yeah. Awesome. We can stick at least one more. Let's go. We pretend we were building one there and then go to there. That's fine. That's pine? That's fine. Does that mean that ladder will clash with that? It does. Oh, what a shame. Alright, well, we'll do it there then. I don't know if a ladder will interfere with this thing going across it. I'm assuming not, actually. do that because I want to connect it to this. There we go. Don't bother doing that bit. There we go. We'll put another one there if we get the materials to build another one sent over. Excellent. So that gives us a bit of power to be going on with. It's getting a little bit. 72 watts, 72. That's certainly not really putting much in here, is it? This thing's struggling for power. And that has deteriorated and lost all our rad bolts. So yeah, no, that is definitely not feasible at the moment. Right, so we can cut that off. We can now let this system get us a bit of power to use, which it now should. No longer charging up the rocket. Rocket's got its own solar panel. In fact, what would be better for us to do up here would be to build this solar panel this side where it's not in the way. Then we can put a solar panel back here again. That would be much better. Won't do that just now. We've got a bit to do. Nice to get a steam turbine or two in place. Now, if I pop back to Illa. Now this system is working. It's still dripping away in here. That's nice. I'd like to get this water out of here. There is a spare tank right here to capture anything that isn't polluted water. That's why we're paying the cost to run a filter. Yeah, it's not the best plan, is it? Can we mop this? Too much liquid? Yeah, it's too much liquid. Oh, that's erupting now. Okay, fair enough. Right, so what I want to see is we've got 5 tons of plastic over here. We could easily put a bit of plastic. If I build a storage bin right there in range of this sweeper. We build that. We'll put some plastic in there instead of putting it in here, where there's no way of saying how much to put in. You know, if I only want to send, say, 3 tons of plastic, there's no way of telling this that. You know, you can't. How much? Can't see, so I'm just going to stroll onto the black area. Okay. We've got loads of berry sludge. Let's get that off the system. Don't care about that. Don't care about data banks anymore. Igneous rock isoresin. We've got lots of isoresin coming over. Look at that. Got some lead, some lime. Pajamas. We can get those off the system. Yeah, we've got 94 tons of plastic. And we've got some uranium. That's what I was looking for. If we could build ourselves kind of rad bolt system. And we could build a rad bolt engine. Considers. Because we need our own rad bolts over there. Instead of having to use this one all the time, which is a pain in the arse. Because then we have to send materials to here. And then use this place to send materials along. Which is really, really annoying. So I'd much rather go on Lavini and go, hey, we want to use this thing. Means we need rad bolts. So I might increase the height of this and put it more up here. So it's closer to this area. Where's our meteor blaster? It melt or something? It melted, didn't it? Look at all the steam everywhere. And there's probably phosphorus. Yeah, liquid phosphorus. Well, that would have been nice to have watched. What the heck did that? Okay, let's replace it. I'm going to just make sure I click disable auto repair because I don't want to waste 40 tons of steel trying to repair something that's unrepairable. So we're going to move you up a bit higher, I think. We're going to now go. Right, we're going to have to get rid of some ladderage. Ladderage has got to go. So let's place ladders in between there. there, and then we can get rid of this piece, okay? And they can still get across. Yep. We'll move that up to there. We'll need power for it. 240, which can come off of... Yeah, it can come off of that. That's fine. That doesn't need to go weird routes anymore. It can just go straight. Awesome. Yeah, I like cleaning up and making things look a bit neater and tidier. And it's good to leave a couple of jobs for different dupes to be doing instead of standing around idle all the time. It's good having dupes at the beginning that can dig, but after a while, you're dupes that can dig awesomely. I just kind of just stood there going, you got nothing to dig. I dug the entire place. The entire planet is dug. So we're going to run this steel right along there now instead. That's that piece. Deconstruct that piece. And that piece. And we will be back once they've done all that. Yeah, we're going to make something ourselves, I think. Right. Now the next stage would be... if I dig through here, all this water is going to pour out, which I don't want it to do just yet. I need to see. We're going to use, what, 2 steam turbines on it? Put 1 there and 1 there. That gives us a 3, 1, 2, 3 gap. Yes, that's perfect. 9. And then we want a brick wall. It's going to be granite. Nothing exciting. And we want a brick wall along here. Just granite. Down to there. Yes, sirree. Now, actually, do I want to move those along by 1? Hang on a minute. Yeah, if I move it along by 1. Let's cancel you. Move you along by 1. Cancel you. Yeah, that's better. And then we can just brick this in a bit closer. That's better. Get rid of those 2, don't worry. There's way too much water in here. We're never going to generate any power with this much water. How are we going to sort that problem out? I think if we cancel that tile there, place a tile there, we could put a mesh tile here. Then as we drain all the water out, all the water will flow this way. But obviously it's going to fill with oxygen, which will mean we won't get any steam. We need 2 different types of liquid. We either need water, and now we need some polluted water. Yeah, something along those lines. Mixture. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Build it all, build it all. Yeah, if this thing's got a colony lacks field research skill. Doesn't Ellie have field research skill? Thought she did. Ellie number 1, not Ellie number 2. Field research. Oh crap, we give her that. Look at that. It puts her over her morale levels. Crap. That's not brilliant. That means we need to really get rid of this critter ranching off of her. If we put in a one of those, got a little bit of power building back up in here. Not easy to see how much power we've got. We have got some building up. Are you going to live in our tank with our iron volcano? Are you? Oh, not the rover, the poker shell. Yeah, that means this area needs cancelling and digging out. Needs cancelling. We need to cancel it. You're bad. Your opinions are sucky. So we cancelled the wall. Sorry, wall, it is not good enough. I'm going to put a block right on top of that little bit of neutronium there. And then we can go plumbing, plumbing. We can go plumbing. We can go... what are we going to do? We need a liquid vent. We'll make it out of steel and we'll drop it as close to the volcano as is duplicately possible. And we're going to use just some granite because that's what we like. And we're going to drop that back in there again. We may run that on and put another vent outside the room so that we can drain some water out, because I've got a feeling there's a lot more in here than we need. And also there's a lot more than there's a lot more water than we need, but there's also a lot more ice probably in here that will melt and make even more pressure water than we need. So yeah, that'll be fun. This thing's overpressured. So what I'm tempted to do is somewhere on this power, we go to, now what is it? Is it a station? We put in a skill scrubber. I think it's 3 wide, so it won't quite fit there. But we could pop it maybe next to that. Put it there. We could dig this out here, couldn't we? Deconstruct. Those 3, please. Power wire. The middle of that. I'm not doing it neat and tidy inside the floor and everything, because that floor isn't supposed to even be there. Yeah, go and build that first, would you? Because this isn't going to do anything. We're going anywhere. We do need you to be able to check out that thing. Let's see what it is. I want you to at least examine it before we brick it in. Now this idea isn't necessarily permanent. I would prefer to literally just put a row of steam turbines along the top of this planet, along here, this sort of level, and just turn the whole thing into a big ball of steam and just allow the volcanoes to erupt. But personally thinking, I don't think it would create much power. It would be quite visually pleasing, but it would take so much heat to warm up all that water, create any power, that we wouldn't actually get any power out of it. So we now have an unassigned skill scrubber. When we're nearly done with this, we'll go and get her to huck herself in the skill scrubber. Hopefully that won't be too noisy for you. I'm just turning the fan up a bit higher. Hopefully it won't blow me voice away. Yeah, see, this is so much water in here. If we want to get this erupting, we need to can you do this bit down here first? Do those and do that. That's more important. And then we can actually let some of this water out, and maybe this thing will actually erupt. When it's got less water in here. I want to do those 2 pipes there as well. They're important. Now you get the pipage done, that's fine. Now get the heck out of here. Now I think there's some plastic and steel in here I'd like to get out. Plastic and steel. Now let's go to here and put sweep only. Miscellaneous. No. I think she's taken it. Manufactured. There you go. You can go in there. Is there any more in here that I'd like? I don't care about the data banks. I don't think so. Just a little bit of stuff there that I'd... Would you... She's gone again. Thanks for disappearing. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Go on with lunch. So that means this has missed another opportunity to erupt because it's now over pressure. When she wakes up, she'll sweep out this last bit of plastic and steel, put this brick in, put another brick there, I think, and a, well, maybe not yet. I want to see just how much water we end up with. That's a problem. I'm just going to dig through here and allow it all to pour out. So oxygen is going to get in here. It just is. That's the way of the beast. So what might be a way of doing it is to bust, say, this tile out so a lot of this water flows through here. Maybe we can turn this into like a liquid lock on the edge. Let's see. We can do, say... and then just allow the rest of the water to pour through. Yeah, that might work. And then before it turns to steam, we'll brick it up. Yeah, I'm saving the game, so I can't do any planning until it's finished. Instead of just digging through the floor and allowing the water to flow out and get oxygen in there, we have an opportunity to maybe make a kind of a liquid lock out of the actual water and brine that's here already. That seems wrong. That just seems like enough there, doesn't it? Does it? Come on, double click. There we go. No, that does not seem right at all, does it? Let's cancel that. Let's bring it out by one extra tile. So it come down there. Yeah, I'll do it how I was going to do it. It seems a tad overkill. But I think it's better to be overkill than under. Let's do that on an 8, please. That bit done. This bit done. Get all this section done. Right, good. Can you get this steel out of here as well, please? It needs to be removed. That is steel, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay, good. There we go. As long as we've got a drop of liquid on here, we shouldn't allow any oxygen in. So should be able to do that. And just get away with it. Theoretically. Because this whole bottom layer will be full of liquid. As long as there's a drop of liquid here, no oxygen should be able to get in. As long as we build this block. There you go. Perfect. I think I'm just going to cancel all this. Just wasting time, isn't it? Right, now let's build those two there then. Take that steel away. Thank you very much. And then we'll crack through there. I think we're also going to priority 7, please. We're also going to dig those. That gives us some wolframite to use. I don't think I'm going to bother going all the way over here to put batteries in. I might just stick the batteries in the middle for this. Because I don't want to have to connect the wire to this and all that. We'll just use our heavy watt wire straight through. Batteries here. They'll overheat eventually, but we just need a bit of power to do what we want to do. That's good enough for me. No, she's ignoring this level 9 dig job because why would she dig something that, you know, she's supposed to be doing when she can go off and sit in the rocket? Or not? I don't know where she went. There she is, finally. Crikey, where did you go? Timbuktu. Come on, dig it. Stop standing there staring at it and dig it. There we go. Waterfalls. Awesome sauce. Excellent. Now, that's probably going to block up on this one now. Oh, well. Yeah, I can't do everything. We need to dig through this section as well. Get that going. So the water can flow this way too. And that should be a vacuum in here. As long as there's a little bit of water there, a little tiny blob, we might be alright. All this has got to flow out before that can do anything. Let's see if we can persuade it to flow. New, cancel that bit. You just do that, please. It'd be so much nicer if you would. Try not to destroy too much of the cold biome. And we do need certain space to move. We do want a certain amount of the coldness. And I've got to get this bricked up before that decides to erupt. Because if that cooks that little bit there of water, then it will all that gas will get in and it won't work properly. There you go. That should make it flow. A little bit at least. You can also dig, say, this piece out. Peace out, man. Just anything to kind of get it to flow away. That's better. Coming down here. We've got liquid chlorine down here now. That's pretty awesome. I don't really want to continue this ladder down because it's going to be smack in the middle of this volcano. So I'd rather come down, say, a little bit to one side. This level seems more logical. Just here. And straight up to there. Yep. Just miss out all of this. We'll get rid of all of that later. There's no huge rush on that. Put that down to a... This thing, however, I'd rather get this built. Can you build it or no? You need local colony electrical engineering. Yep, I think she needs a bit of a shaken not stirred, doesn't she? She needs a bit of a ride in the old skill scrubber. Ellie, would you like to go for a journey? There's enough power now. I'm not worried that it's going to run out of power while you're in there. My main worry is that this will erupt now because it's got less pressure on it. And we don't know what it is and when it's going to erupt until we've managed to get her to examine it. I'd kind of like her to examine it before we brick it in, but yeah, if we have to brick it in, we have to brick it in. It's too bad. And I'm not sure we've got enough space here to store all this liquid, so I don't think it's going to flow out very well. Which is good for us. It gives us a bit more time because we've only got this one tile of liquid stopping the air getting in here. If any of this turns to steam, it will heat that up. So if that's just a little blob, probably wouldn't be very effective for us. Very useful. Well, this thing's usually pretty slow, but it seems like it's done a third already. I don't know if she'll come out and go for lunch and then go back into it next day. I think so. So if we can get this running and producing a bit of power, then we can actually run this all the time and start charging that up. We'll just run a loop through here. We might run a loop with some, I don't know, we could put chlorine gas in a loop. Keep this cool maybe, and keep this cool. I'm not going to bother putting powered cooling in. An aqua tuner and everything. I'm just going to try and passively cool it from the cold biome. For now, at least. For now. There's a gravitas desk. Oh, and there's a Rubik cube. Look at that. Ha ha ha! Gotta have that. Oh, where's this ladder line up with? Right with this flower pot here, I think. Oh, that's awesome. We're getting that. We'll take that with us before we go. Hey, she might stay in here until she's fully shaken up. I don't know here. How are you? Shaken, not stirred. Oh, the power's depleting quite badly now, though. Oh, she's going to bed. I don't think she's fully shaken yet. I can soon tell by clicking the skills. And Ellie. No, she's still got all her skills. So we need her to have at least, well, diamond and obsidian, not really necessary at the moment. But at least super hard digging so that she can do abyssalite. This one's like granite and stuff. Doesn't need any farming anymore. She needs a rocket piloting too to go home. Exosuit training so that she doesn't wear out her suit and can go quite fast in it. And then she needs advanced research, field research, and yeah, at least she's got field research. She'll be good. Might take a while to examine it though. Well, this water level is going down, yeah. I think what we need after that is electrical engineering. So what would she need for that? Electrical engineering is here. So just 2 in that. So yeah, if we just take off those 2. She likes that job, so she won't lose any morale for that. If we can give her at least a suit sustainability training, I might hold off of doing that. And instead of going right up to data analysis research, we'll just go advanced research, field research, and we'll miss out the rest. For now. That way we should be able to do tinkering and not electrical engineering, and then she can build these. Yeah, that should work. We have a plan, Stan. We have a plan. Well, adopting such things, let's place that on there, which means we need to deconstruct those. They need to go, please. I think I'll move that now because, yeah, if that's not placed on a solid tile, then what's going to happen is things are going to hit up here anyway. So if we put that, well, sometimes the things that get shot. I don't want it to touch this again because that got really hot, didn't it, last time? So if we move that up, that can also be there. Ah, it's saving again. I'm so tempted just to turn it on to save every 3 or 5 cycles, but I know what's going to happen if I do. I know it. It'll lull me into a false sense of security and then boom! Gotcha! I have cold drinks. Many cold drinks, but I've drunk them all already. I struggle to just drink plain water. I wish I could. I know some people love just plain water. Hello, Moonbrook. Nice to see you. How are you today? I hope you are well. Had a go at that name. I hope I didn't butcher it too terribly. Right, there we go. Let's place an interplanetary launcher right there. Now that's going to look kind of sexy. Excellent. Oh, I like it. Deconstruct you. We should now have our rearranged power supply. And we can pop that into there like that. Now, it won't be any use yet. And I also want to get rid of these ladders and make them come up this way so that when we're firing red bolts into this thing, nobody does anything stupid. And that's a bit much to ask. Nobody doing anything. Don't do anything stupid. In fact, I'm going to move this. I'm going to deconstruct these three. No, just the middle one. I think we'll put it right there instead. We'll move it to there because, technical hitch. That's right underneath this thing. I was going to move this. Well, I know where to move it. We'll move it there. That's better. Yeah. Because this is all open to space. We didn't even bother bricking this section up. Because we've got our defensive meteor blasters here. So we don't need to worry. Right, good. This thing is now going to complain because it's got no line of sight. Because it's now got glass in the way. And we'll deconstruct it. We'll build it over here instead. There's some liquid phosphorus. While that's all going on, let's pop back to Frigilia and see what's going on here. Is she shaken now? Shaken, not stirred? She should be. Let's go and check. Let's go check Ellie's skills. Oh, look at that. She's blank. She's a blank slate. So she needs digging. To at least there. She needs field research to at least there. And she needs electrical engineering to build what we need her to build. And look at that. Morale's gone crazy now. So, yeah, I wanted to have rocket piloting. That would mean going up to there. We'll do that in a minute. As long as she can do what we want her to do. Can you examine this once you've got your new skills? Can you come and analyze this volcano, please? Yeah, now you can build that, can't you? Eh? Oh, look. Oh, look. We've got iron being made. Oh, please hold, vacuum. Please hold. You haven't got to hold for very long. We're going to brick you in there, poke shell, if you go back inside. It might be a tad warm in there, by the way. It is erupting. Oh, crikey. Ellie, you're so slow. Ellie, can you do something else instead? Cancel analysis. Build that instead. Yeah, build that thing. Oh, dear gosh. That's funny. I'm in danger. There seems to be a rather a lot of 1,000-degree iron popping out right in front of you. Hello, geek. How are you? Good to see you today. I hope you're well. We're just relying on this tiny bit of water just here to give us a complete airlock. So yeah, let's hope. Maximum aptitude. Oh wow. You must be getting some bonuses, probably from those pajamas or something. The sleep journals. I click on maximum aptitude. Martyrum's stronger than usual thanks to the Somnium synthesizer, which gives you minus 25% stress. Plus 5 athletics, strength, science, piloting, and machinery. I understand why people build those sleep room, like, you know, have 6 or 8 sleep dupes. Attempt 64 of the student map in there are billions. Oh wow. Attempt 64. Well, I must admit, there are games I have played in the past that I've really thoroughly enjoyed but only played once. And it's the games that are really frustratingly bloody difficult that keep you coming back. Like Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I absolutely love it. One of those games I play when the internet is off. Or something's happened. You know, the modem's not working right or something. And, yeah. The amount of maps I've played and not finished. I've got utterly wished by a unfair, cheating enemy. You cheated. You didn't play by the rules. Right. Can you come and analyze this again? Now it's cooled down a little. I haven't actually played They Are Billions. No, that sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. Yeah, there's a dead robot. Go back to... He's dead. Oh, I left him as like a monument. Because he did most of the work here. Prep work. And then he ran out of batteries. And he fell down there when we dug the floor out underneath him. Now, technically, he's worth 100 kilos of steel. So we really need a piece of steel at some point. Ellie, could you possibly go a bit faster? Would that be like a thing? You know, could you go a bit quicker? You are slower than a slow person in Slow Town from Slowville. I bump up your science skills. Your morale need is going to go through the goddamn roof. Oh well. At the moment, we're doing all right for stress. She's only on 2%. Yeah. We also had a couple on this planet, on Grosselin, the home of the hungry tree. Oh, bees are numbering 6,000. That's a great name, isn't it? Some people are very imaginative with their naming. There's me, Marco. Yeah, that'll do. Nobody will be able to work out my real name. No, of course not. Hi, Puffed. Boom. It's a great name. Look at this. We've got ISO resin being made all automatically. No people, no dupes on this place. And it's being cooled to 33 degrees. That bit's 33 as well. There's food coming in from the other planet, being swept up, automatically dropped into the tree. The tree eats the bog jelly. Do you know what? That looks like that's definitely going up. 895. No, it's going down. It's just going down by a very small amount, isn't it? Let's turn that up to be daring. Go to 40. So every time, if I go to the automation overview, every time this is powered, it's because this room is hot enough. Over 130 degrees. That room is hot enough. Then these can actually activate. And they can, they're just a little tiny blip to reset the counter and send down another 40 kilos of resin. Phase 2 is all you need. It is. There we go. The tree is now pumping out more resin, which then automatically gets flown down this pipe here that's empty at the moment and dripped into here, where it will be turned into, when it will be cooked. Next time this erupts in 0.4 cycles, it will be cooked into ISO resin and make steam in this room, which will automatically be pumped out. The extra water will be pumped up into space and got rid of. This thing will automatically sweep up the ISO resin, drop it into here, where it will flow through this 25 degree polluted water and get sent off back home, all automatically with no duplicate interference. I mean interaction. There we go. I like it. She's getting slowly through this. Slowly. Hopefully after she's had a bit of a sleep. Bit of a feed. Her skills will be able to give her a bit more. Because her morale need... Her morale is an 11. Mess hall 3, washroom 2, interested skills 2, duplicate 1, barracks 1, 2 shift break. You have a natural water pump on the frigid world with the salt water. Yeah, we've got hang on, where is it? We came in just to stick some of these mini pods in. We came here earlier just to get, like many sessions ago, just to get some of this graphite out. Don't know if we're going to ever come back here to get the rest of it, because we seem to just have more than we ever need. But there is one cool slush geyser here, so we want to make lots and lots and lots and lots of insulation, then I think we probably will come back here and put a plantation in of what have we done here? What we've done on this one. Let me just come down here. We got rid of the plants that we were growing. We've put in 3 reed fibers instead. I don't think we're producing enough polluted water to grow 3 reed fibers. So we could increase our production. The game is saving, so I can't actually point to anything. It's now set to save every single cycle because the game kept crashing. And I don't fancy redoing another 10 cycles worth again. We'll see if it crashes. Yeah, we're pretty far in. We've pretty much examined all of space now. I think there's a couple of little areas that aren't. We found the one I was after, the Gilded Asteroid Field, but it's like just one too far from us for us to get with our rocket, our petrol rockets, and the petroleum boiler's working nicely still. Yeah, that's what glitched out. When whatever happened about 30 cycles ago or more, something glitched out, and all the materials trapped in this door to give us the heat were in here, in this sour gas little room. All of this lot. Ah, you're lucky you get to see it work. It doesn't happen very often, so it turns in little chunks here. What happens is this door opens, drops in some magma. The magma gets trapped inside these doors. And that's why this top door just opens and closes once every 10 seconds. Well, 9 seconds, and it opens for a second. Just because every now and again you might get a little tiny bit blob of magma that won't settle, and you don't want a tile in here because that would ruin it. And then every 40 seconds, every 32 seconds, 2 seconds, all the doors open, that drops down, and then what will happen is this one will close this one first, and then the bottom one will shut, trapping in all the heat, transferring it across. I just got that top door set to open once every 10 seconds, just to make sure. And this door you want to open very briefly, so we've got a booster pulse system here set to 0.6 seconds. I just quickly open and close just to drop a small amount. You don't want enough to form a tile, because if that sets as a tile in here, you're screwed. Machine broken. You just want a tiny, tiny, tiny amount. It works really well. Look how much magma we've saved up. This thing has been overpressured for ages. Let's see, is that now running now? This should be now running into there. That's running over to there. This is now a separate thing. It only makes this and runs all of these power. Yeah, that's a whole ass sea of petrol. Right next to some magma. Not dangerous at all. Don't worry about it. It's not a problem. We will have to kick in our crude oil production again later, because this was getting dangerously full, so we turned off one of our wells. And we also completely just burned the crap out of all this this volcano. I'm surprised this even works, but it does. And the materials that come out are coming out at 12 degrees. Out of this, that's nice. 12 degrees. We just pick up all the igneous rock, swirl it around there, cool it down in a patch of supercoolant, and send it off to feed the hatches. Actually, let's talk about feeding the hatches. Let me just double check. I bet the hatches have no food. They do not have any food. This was the automatic machine that came out with the food for the hatches. Ah, here we go. Something's gone a bit awry right here. Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's also... I know what I did. That is just there to make that empty. Yeah, there you go. There was some hatch food kind of in the way. There we go. That's better. Perfect. You can go now. Awesome. Now, what I was trying to do was add this back to the system again now. This is where all the materials come from. No, that's coal coming from the hatches. All the materials from the other side from that volcano get dropped into this room where they get fed across here and fed to the hatches. But unfortunately, they weren't being fed to the hatches. And yeah, it wasn't producing enough. I was quite shocked. One entire volcano didn't produce enough to feed the hatches. I may have made too many atmo suits. It was a slight technical hitch. BLS is having a little float around. Look at that smile. He's so happy. He's got his pajamas on as well. Look at that. Just enjoying life. Floating around in his floating tube. Now, even though these are on a 1, they still come along and feed them. Yeah, look here. You got your pajamas on. He's just having a ball. He's having a great time. Look at that. Green. Look at that. Oh. Let's go back to Frigilia and see what's going on. Is there anything going down in here? Ellie is very much struggling to get this thing done. There's only a tiny bit of water left, Ellie. Can you do it? Can you do it? Is it possible that you could do it before that turns to steam? Let's just check Ellie in the way of skills now. There you go. Her morale's gone up a lot better now. We could give her a bit more. Give her a bit more science skillage. Yeah, it means she's going to run off up there. Is there any food here? No, there's no food here. Darn it. I'm going to feed it to the tree. Skill up, Ellie. Skill up. Nicely done. Well done, you. Now see if you can finish examining this a little bit faster. Would be nice, so that we can brick it up and forget it exists. Well, I'd like to come in and get all this resources out of here, but that'll be a future thing. For now, we'll just brick it up, pretend it doesn't exist, and get on with our lives. All we're doing this for is a bit of extra power. Oh, I think what I'm going to do is just carve off this bottom piece here and build a similar thing to this. We go and we make this out of wolframite, local material, so we don't have to worry too much. We can go right along there with wolframite. We can dig out that bit there. Yeah. We can place our batteries in here instead. Yeah. Can we make those out of wolframite? I don't think so. No. Right. Keep going, Ellie. You're doing grand things. You're doing wonderful, wonderful job. It might be a little bit warm on occasion, but, you know, like, you might be in a little bit of danger, but we won't say anything. Don't worry. I'm wondering if this guy's going to get trapped in here after all of this. Well, it seems fitting. All his friends were here, look. Poke shell malt times 7, times 2, times 1, and small poke shell malts, yeah. All your friends were here. That would make sense if you were here too. Then I think we'll just wire these directly into the batteries, and we might have a couple of these transformers on top. And we'll rely on a little bit of passive cooling from this area for now. And hopefully that means we can get this thing fired up. As we tested, we can make enough power during the day to run it, but then at night it just instantly goes, nope, nope, no way, can't run it. Problem with the achievements. Bees, I call you bees. Hi bees. Hi bee, hi bee. Let's go to now. Yeah, when I do the achievements, my computer just kind of goes, duh, and it doesn't scroll to the thing that you got the achievement for. and it's kind of weird. Now, where is it? That's not it. Next time it comes up. Or is it one of these? It's not one of these, is it? No, it's not. Under the summary, isn't it? I think. No idea. Yeah, there we go. We built 12,000 ladders. Yeah, when it comes up with one of these, at the beginning of the game, when I first start playing, it will go and it will take you to the one that it did. But when I get them now, because there's so much going on and my poor computer's going, I can't cope. It gets to the point where it goes, yes, you've got this or whatever, and it doesn't actually show me what I got. Quite frustrating, but never mind. I'd really like to just sort of steam turbine the top of this map in and just let all these let all these iron volcanoes just have at it. Just do what you want. Just cut out enough space around them so they can erupt and melt the world around them. This is a glitch, you know, the cold water floating on top freezes the small amounts of it, and then it drops inside the water. It's cleans off the surface layer of water all by itself. It's very weird. Seen it several times before. So we've just put our red bolt generator in a little puddle of polluted water. Hopefully that will last just long enough to power this thing. You never know. There we go. So it might mean redoing this section that we already did, but never mind. We have to do it. We have to do it. I'm hoping that on Lavini, the main planet, we can send over some resources by building our own red bolt collection there, because we've got power there. We've got ridiculous amounts of power. We've got 5 petroleum generators constantly running, plus the steam machine at the bottom of the map. Let's go and check the steam machine, see how it's running. Sleep wheat farm going here. Cool water being sent over. And here's the steam machine. What are we doing now? Ooh, it's getting a bit warm actually. Crikey, it's getting a bit warm up the top here. 845. Let's just run that down a touch. 192. Yeah, 192 should be good. What happens here is the volcano erupts. This one is called Fred. Fred the volcano is geo-tuned, which means he now produces magma at 2176.9 degrees, which means yeah, it's pretty bloody hot. It's actually hotter than the ceramic I built the room out of originally. The ceramic melts at 1800. So if this was to touch it, we might end up with a melted room. So we came in here and we deconstructed and dug out a lot of this. Deconstructed some of these original obsidian tiles that are put in. But I don't see, they're not melting, so I don't think it will melt. And over here we have George, Fred and George, the twins, yeah, the Weasleys, and they have like the magma staircase to try and point it towards the diamond spike. Well, it began as a diamond spike. It ended up being more of a doors spike in the end, because we kind of ran out of diamond. It used so much diamond. Each one of these temp shift plates is also diamond. So yeah, we got to the point where we ran out of all our diamonds and everything, and we couldn't do any more. So that is where all our heat comes from. The magma comes down here and it slowly solidifies, and all of this, most of this used to be magma. We've just cooled it down to the point where it just solidified into igneous rock. Now the problem with that is I've got this door locked. Only Ashcan is allowed in here because your dupes will want to pick up this igneous rock and feed it to the hatches or use it to build things. So you have to keep this totally locked away so that when you're up here working on space, yeah, you don't want some dupe carrying like 1100 degree igneous rock into your base. Also, that's not the only thing. They'll go through your liquid locks. And you can guarantee that the moment they get called to launch, they'll be stood right in the middle there with a piece of 1200 degree igneous. So they have to have access to this area because they need to come in and, you know, vent the oil wells occasionally. This one's the one we turned off. And the oil wells just request water whenever they want some. I don't like pipes being full of water. I know this one has to be. But so we have a tank. And it says when I want some water, I'll request it from the source. Which is here. Which comes from this steam vent here. Which is where we make all our supercoolant, insulation, you know, and our glass. That's where we make everything. Now we've made our private bedrooms because, you know, because we can. A private bedroom now gives them +3 morale. Of course, Ashcan gets the best private bedroom going. No, that's a toilet. That's not a bedroom. You can sleep in there if you want. He's got his own niobium statue. And a brick. Funny shaped brick. What else have we done? Ah, yeah, we've got a little iron volcano tamer around here. And it drops its iron into this cooled pool of crude oil. And once the crude oil has cooled down in here, it has 90 seconds to cool down. It activates the auto sweeper and sends it on its way. We also dump gold in here from a gold volcano, which is down here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. That chucks it in there and sweeps it out as well once it's cooled down. Here's the rather brute force and ignorance method of dealing with a volcano. This is made of thermium. Oh yeah, it's not beginning material. And this is thermium. And this is thermium. Basically anything in here is supposed to be thermium, except for this shut-off, which I forgot to change. But everything else is thermium. And the rails are still steel. I never changed those. And we just run a cooling loop made of, containing supercoolant, or a little room of supercoolant, and we run all the outcoming igneous rock. We cool that igneous rock down to 325. Why 325? I don't know, it just seemed like the right number when we tried it in practice, and we want to make sure we burn off all of the igneous rock before it erupts again, so it seemed like a nice balance. The igneous rock runs through this room, which is being kept nice and chill by this aqua tuner down to -30. And it comes out at 13 degrees. Igneous rock from a volcano that erupts at, you know, ridiculous temperatures. I wouldn't geotune that volcano because it probably would melt everything in here. So I'm just leaving it. But yeah, it just gives you igneous to use, to build, or to feed hatches, or whatever you want to do. Nice little system. It seems to work. And you know, the signal counter refueling system. So when a rocket lands, it automatically refuels and adds water. This pipe here, it refuels the whoop. This one is fuel, petrol. Refuels the petrol, automatically turns off once the rocket is loaded. And same with water in their cabin for the toilets. We just run a pipe all over the place, so there's plenty of water for the toilets on your rocket. Right, some work is getting done, and I see this has now been, typical, look at that. Dormant. Just when we finished, it goes dormant. That is predictable. Now, is it going to jump through or is it going to get trapped in there? You have two chances. Yeah, we can sweep everything out. We will be back to sweep everything out. This is just for a bit of power for now. So we'll definitely be probably doing a proper sweeper system in here to get the iron out and send it home and things like that. Assuming the game does not crash. So yeah, this is just a temporary fix up to give us some power. I'm hoping that that amount of water in there isn't like too much, and it will turn to steam eventually. Maybe. Probably. Possibly. Who knows? You might have to pop a tile out and just let some more water out. Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm going to get rid of those because they're creating kind of like a water lock there. So once this area is done, yeah, I would rather put, yeah, I'd rather put just a bunch of steam turbines across and let them melt the whole biome. We do want a little bit of power, that's what this is for, so typical that as soon as the one we chose to build goes dormant for God knows how long. So I might choose to come into this one now, see if we can tamper with this one. Get going. Let's get in here. There's one right here. There's another one there. It doesn't say it's a iron volcano, but the only thing on this asteroid is iron volcanoes, so it doesn't have much choice. So if we can build like just a couple of steam turbines on each one, then hopefully my thought process is one of them should be running at any given time and give us a bit of power. All we need. There's a little bit of internal power because the solar panels are pretty darn crap. Yeah, they're not brilliant at all. I mean, having said that, they've filled all these batteries. Can't really complain. So when she wakes up, she should deconstruct these two, which will give us the ability to pop this tile and let a bit more water out, I think. I think that might be a good idea. Try and let as much of that out as we can. So that there's one layer of water. So when it does erupt, it might have a chance of actually making that into steam actually running. When I first started, you'd always get a layer of oxygen. You'd think, like, there's a layer of oxygen, a layer of steam underneath it. You couldn't get any power with the layer of oxygen. I've seen people do techniques where they use two different liquids, like brine and polluted water or something. I tried that, but I ended up with a layer of polluted oxygen on the top instead. So that didn't work either. Not for me, anyway. Some people are good at that. It didn't really work for me. So we'll let her get this done. She's got to dig down here. Then we've got to put in another couple of turbines on this one. If we go up to... where is it? There it is. Rather put it... let's put this one a bit higher. 12 tons of steel and plenty of plastic, so we should have enough room to stick that in. Now, on most volcanoes, you can put bricks on the right-hand side tile. Quite a lot of them there, you can. But you can't on the left-hand one. It doesn't let you. You can on this one, so it's a possibility that we'll do this one facing the other way. So I won't be able to brick here. I'll have to brick along there instead. Which means these can actually go one further over. And go there. Yeah, my ladders are frozen. I think there's still ladders under here, isn't there? I think. I've just got to dig them out. I did look at that originally and think, I swear there was there was ladders there earlier. Yeah, they got frozen. Frozen ladders. We can also do this volcano, and I was hoping to find a fourth. I was like getting greedy then, going, come on, give us another one. Nope, not so much luck there. Yeah, there we go. Frozen ladders. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I thought I wasn't... I thought I was dreaming. I was like, what's going on? That might be a touch high, actually. Yeah, that's a bit too high. Let's go down by... Actually, probably 2. We go there. No, let's give this one a bit more room. The other one I went a bit low on, just for speed of getting it built. Actually, I'm going to flip that one. How do we want it? We want it that way and flipped that way. That way the liquids are right in the middle, which is a little bit easier to mess around with. Now, unfortunately, we can't build batteries, smart batteries out of the wolframites. We can build normal batteries, but they lose power a lot quicker. The only material we've really got to build them out of is the steel we brought with us. This might be bad. Don't get yourself stuck down here, will you? What's that? Is that granite? Yeah, that's granite. Yeah, you're the only person here. You don't want to get yourself stuck where you can't get out. Yeah, there's iron in there, isn't there? Pure iron. We could kind of steal a bit of that. That'd be nice. Now, if I build that tile at 2 height, when that leaks through, it should create a kind of weird liquid lock thing. Or we could just delete that tile and put a little drip of water on it, on there, and that will give us a liquid lock. Not a brilliant one, but it works. She's getting confused. I'm giving her too many jobs to do. A lot of work to do. Yeah, that is a good point. Yeah, if we bust in here, we should be able to steal that iron out and use it. I didn't want to put doors on it because all the doors in this game are made of metal and they conduct a lot of heat. I'd rather keep the heat in the room, thanks. Yeah. Let's pop back to the main planet, Lavini, where we're doing a little test with this thing. And when the rocket does land here, I want to see if this robo-miner will work. Because robo-miners have a big range like that. And the only way I could fit them in here was by balancing on the edge of 2 of these bunker doors. Because we tried using these bunker tiles and they melted when the rocket flew past. Let's see if that works. Because if we use robo-miners now, they should be able to destroy all that stuff. It's on top of these ladders, on top of these doors. That would be a nicer way of doing it. Right, I'm not sure whether this is a brilliant idea or not, but I want to build a shipping rail, conveyor rail. What will we make it out of? Might as well make it out of steel. We've got oodles of the stuff. We'll go straight down, because then it will be protected from anything that might come across. Hit it. This is where we're putting slime into this area here. We have all our slime in the universe gets dumped here, where these 2 sweepers can reach it. And we put a little bit of naphtha there by the door, so the dupes can come in and harvest. And they don't have access to any of the slime. That stops them coming all the time to feed it slime. We might hijack that because we don't really have any slime. I left it there because some of the meteor strikes are slime, but they're so infrequent that you couldn't really run a reliable food farm based on very infrequent use of these things. So maybe we could hijack that and stop it being used for slime anymore. Nip it off there. Make sure it's not used for slime because we don't want any slime going there. And that will be our allow manual use, you know, and we'll send things along here, up into this. And we can send things to other planets from here, which will be much, much better than having to send it from here to the twin planet over here and then get these guys to send it across because they've got the system set up. This one we get our red bolts from this radiation generated by this wrecked satellite, because if we hover, let's do it in this view, get 2099 rads per cycle in that one spot right next to it. That's the best one. And to save power, instead of storing red bolts, we just turn the power off to the thing as soon as we've got enough. As soon as that's full, it it sends a signal down here which just shuts off the power. Oh, shut off. That way we're not wasting power generating red bolts we don't actually need. And this is set to just send food, 10 kilo packets straight across to the tree, to the hungry tree, who's actually, he's having a snack right now. That's how you do it. Ah, thank you for the follow. That's awesome. Thank you very much indeed. So then that comes over to this targeting beacon, lands here. The payload opener opens it, feeds it into this room. We didn't drop it directly in the tree. I was going to, but someone suggested, you know, if you're sending over materials you want to use, you don't want them dropping in by the tree because that's kind of dangerous for your dupe to get to. We drop it in here first and then sweep it into the tree if it's food. And that's where it lands. And we did put a sweeper just in the edge here, so that if there's anything that lands like eggshell or something lands in this area, we can sweep it out. We also did a little sneaky thing with all these puffs in here. If they drop any oxalite, it comes along here. And the same with this one. If any oxalite gets dropped in this area, it comes along here, dropped into this room where we trapped a gas pump in here. And we feed the oxygen to our Atmos suits. So whatever dupe comes over, they've always got an Atmos suit. The double-ended Atmos suit thing is a checkpoint on both sides. So when they're leaving, they have to put an Atmos suit on. And when they're coming back in, they take the Atmos suit off and then put another one back on again. It was only while all the work was going on here and it was unbreathable. It's a lot more settled now. But yeah, we'll end up with something similar. I don't want to make it identical, but we'll end up with something on here in that idea, in that vein. Something along those lines. And if you dig out a volcano and you don't want it to erupt, you've got to leave this tile here, the second one in from the neutronium, second one up. If you don't dig out that tile, it will be overpressured. Now, this is made of ice. So it might be slightly different in this case, because if that gets warm enough to melt the ice, then it will unplug itself. Which will be kind of fun. Yeah. The other thing I should have done in that other room that we blocked off would have been... I have a vacuum lock between the doors, yes. I want to have lots of vacuum locks around just to keep the temperature low, let's say. The temperature can't flow if there's if there is no oxygen, it can't flow. It can flow through the blocks, but it can't flow through the space. There's no air. Yeah, it shouldn't be able to, but I have known some volcanoes to just heat the surrounding area. Especially when I was doing Grosselin and we were doing this tungsten volcano, even when it wasn't open and ready to erupt, we had the whole room definitely heated up at least 2 degrees while we were building it. Oh. I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe it's just the fact it's a tungsten volcano. Here we go. We got some iso resin being converted. Look, sending it out. It's 120 degrees right here. This bit's 115, yeah. Hopefully by the time it's flowed up and down, zigzagged around all the way through all of this, be a reasonable temperature to send home. That was a fun process. It took several sessions, several episodes to do. But yeah, it works quite nicely. As long as that is powered, it's allowed to send some down. And it will send down... It's supposed to only send like 4 packets or something. But it always seems to send a lot more than it's supposed to. But that doesn't matter. It just drips in here. If it can't convert it to iso resin, it just sits there until it heats back up. And this is set to 130 degrees. The extra steam produced in this room, we have a Atmos sensor here set to above 20k pressure, 20,000 grams. So any extra, that's probably a worse way to see it there. It comes through here through a buffer and just opens this gate and allows the output water from the steam turbines to be sent. Oh, it's doing it now. There you go. The output water from there gets sent out to space and disposed of. So we always maintain a 20k pressure in this room. A little bit vague than that because when the turbines are running, the pressure is lower in here. When the turbines stop, when this gets cold, and the pressure will go up quite high and it will open that vent, but because the turbines aren't running, no water will leave. But it will leave the next time it erupts, so it's fine. That way we can control the amount so it doesn't just get stupendously overpressured in here and block the volcano from erupting. These liquid vents can go up to 1,000 kilos of pressure, so they're okay. But the volcanoes is 150 as far as I know. You don't want it any more than that. Right, we're probably going to have to put some ladders in for you, aren't we? Yes, I think we are. That Ashcan doing all the work. It certainly is. Hi Ashcan, doing everything. As usual. Good chap, good chap. We're going to need some power around here because we're going to need to create some... we've got, what have we got? 105 rads. Up here we've got 125. Not huge amounts. Or we could use one of those lamps. Like we do down for making the diamonds. My pan and scan, do apologise. Keep going down. Oh yeah, we got another one for this copper volcano. But we cool the copper volcano output a slightly different way. Same with the aluminum volcano. I say aluminium, so that sounds funny. Let's follow that. Yeah, it comes down here. Both outputs the same way. It comes down here, and it loops around this this anti-entropy thermo nullifier. Just loops around him, and this keeps it nice and chill. And it actually surprised me how well that actually works. We got a little thermo sensor out here, so if it gets too cold, that shuts off the gas flow to it. Although that wouldn't do much because that's full now. It would take so long to shut that gas flow off before it would stop actually running. Yeah, we use this radiation lamp, and yeah, it's only oxygen there, not hydrogen or anything. Yeah, it's just up there. It was surprising. It was an experiment to see if it would work in concept, and I think it did. It worked quite well in concept. Yeah, next time if I was to build it again, I might use metal tiles, and then maybe a solid tile on the outside ring, and also fill it with hydrogen or something. Yeah, much better gas to use. But yeah, this thing with the radiation lamp, it seems to be very wasteful, very bad way of doing it, but hey, we've produced lots of diamond doing this. Lots. We've already used tons. Oh yeah, shine bug reactor, the old Brothgar setup. Yeah, I would like to. Oh, trapped. Uh-oh. Who's got trapped? You have, haven't you, Ali? Well, Yes, there's granite right there. There must be granite on the floor. Yeah, there's granite there. So let's build you some granite tiles, shall we? You can get out. Yeah, silly sausage. Don't get stranded and trapped on alien planets with no one here to help you. In space, no one can hear you go, oh crap, I'm stuck. Or get my head out of this wall with this piece of tile that I've bricked myself into. Yeah. I think I might lower that actually. That looks a bit bleeding high, doesn't it? Nah. Screw it. Built now. We'll have fun getting the gases out. We'll have to make a liquid lock and a gas pump on this one. Never mind. Such is thing. Right, let's now tile all the way along to there. And I think we're going to need an access point around here. So we're going to have to hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we've got to go along one more. Yep. The wall there and then a ladder. Just to give it... We got enough space anyway. Put a lock if we wanted, a liquid lock or something. Yeah, that's going to make all that fall down, isn't it? Let's replenish. Not making it out of steel. We can make it out of wolframite. We'll be absolutely fine. Let's make that there. Oh, how kind of you to add water to the system. We needed some. In fact, I might get rid of that one and build one there so that we can keep a certain amount of water in situ as we're building. There we go. So if any of this does melt, we'll actually have some. I think it's so freaking cold around here, but I don't think it's going to melt. Minus 12, minus 40 down there. I don't think it's planning on melting anytime soon, but you know, when you're building things... Ooh, laser beam went blue again. Last time it went blue, I had those blue speckles all over the map, and I was like, what's going on? Something's happening. Something strange is afoot. Right, can we sneak in here without letting... We deconstruct you. And then we should have water on this tile, so nothing can come in, right? Right. We deconstruct that one there. What did you do today? Well, I presume you're talking to me. Today I stayed out of the sun because I am very pale and I burn easily. Ooh, Volpup. So yeah, I made an effort to not get burnt by the sunshine. I like the sunshine. The sunshine doesn't necessarily like me. What am I planning on doing? Let's go to Lavini. Yeah, we can get rid of you now. Ah, yes. We all band together. I'm not ginger, but I'm just very pale. Very pale. Yes, I like to melt in given circumstances. What's wrong with you lot? Irrigation. Ah. We're not providing enough water for 3. I don't think we're providing enough water for 1, really. But, so what we ought to do then? Yeah, when I was only doing 1 plant, the pipe backed up. I'm doing 2 plants. Well, I expanded it to 3, but they use a lot of water. I think they use something like, is it 40 kilos a cycle or something? I'll be able to check in a moment. The game is currently saving. There we go. Thank you. Irrigation, yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. That does happen. Get sunburn on my head. That's why I wear bandanas now. Yeah, it saves the sunburn situation. Unfortunately, it ruins the early warning detection system for if it's going to rain or not. I did start building something here. I was going to build a cooling loop with a steam turbine and an aqua tuner and just run it through this 95-degree water and cool it down. We never kind of got round to doing it because a lot of this other stuff needs to be micromanaged so much. Like all this area here. Then you come and dig out these 2 tiles for me. Now the idea is we dug that tile out, so that water's splobbed just there. So there's a little tiny blob. There should be no way any oxygen can get inside. There will always be a little blob of water on this tile. Did it ruin the vacuum? It's possible. Right, so now we should have access to some iron. And we should be able to check if we can build some iron. Now, do I want to leave enough room for a... haha. 2 of those. We can only build 2 for the moment. The iron that it produced before it died. But that'll be nice. We'll have that iron. I am a carer, which is why I spend a lot of time. I decided, well, you know, I can become a streamer because, you know, I'm around so much of the time. And the work becomes very kind of like... When I need it, I'll just go. I can just go, right, I'll see you in a couple of minutes and I'm gone. And I do what I've got to do, come back. And sometimes that's like, takes a minute. Sometimes it takes 5 minutes. If I had known that I could do this like 5 years ago, I probably would have started years and years ago. But it wasn't something that occurred to me to be a viable job opportunity, so to speak. Something I could have got into years ago. And there we go, perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Now we can dig this section without worrying that all this is going to collapse and our batteries are going to stop working. I'd like to get those built first, though. Yeah, build those first. And that can be like on a 7. Yeah, that's a lower priority. That can be lower. Excellent, perfect. Then we need a power line running through here, which will be heavy wire, I think. Yeah. So, if we're going to run... Now, I don't really want to put these here, though. That's the problem. They're going to be in the way of that. I'd rather put them up there. No, at the moment, it's... my son has severe developmental delay, autism. But I have turned that in a sense into a positive by saying, well, I couldn't get a job because I'd been out of work for so long. Nobody would employ me. So I said, well, why don't I just put on my CV that I've been a carer for the past, God knows how long, 20 years. And I use it as a positive instead of seeing it as a negative. See it as a positive experience. I've learned a lot. Okay, I may not have written qualifications and stuff like that saying that I know certain things, but there's certain things that you can only learn by being hands-on and doing it yourself. And a lot of that was paperwork, helping with forms and things like that is surprisingly complicated for people that don't know what they're doing. Don't understand it, and I feel like I can help there. Paperwork can be blindingly complicated for no reason, and you might not even know certain facilities exist. So yeah, a lot of that is helpful. I've helped people fill out forms, even, yeah, especially the elderly, that they just may understand it, but they may not be able to actually write it, fill out a form. And there are so many forms. Oh God, in England, it's just paperwork fascination. The more paperwork they can possibly generate. So it's more in that sort of vein that I find my skills set, let's say, to be able to help people. Yeah, and it's also confusing, and it can be worded very, very poorly, like the old English exam tests and things used to be worded terribly. And I think those people grew up and started making all these questionnaires and forms and things. And they seem to contradict themselves. The actual form questions contradict themselves, and you're like, I don't get this. This doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And you're right, it doesn't. So, yeah. And I find that it's quite satisfying as well, helping someone, and then you look back and you see, right, you know, they're now having a much more able life. Not necessarily as a direct input from you yourself, but, you know, the paperwork, the system, help guide them through it and get out the other end, which sometimes can just seem so daunting and difficult. It's something that needs a bit more people to be aware of, because it's very easy to be aware of someone who is, say, physically disabled in a wheelchair. You can see the disability. But when they have autism or developmental delay, it's not like having a broken arm. You can't see it. And some people are not very, I don't know, not very astute at spotting it. Yeah. And they can get quite irate with people that they shouldn't really, because they need a bit of extra help or a bit of extra care. Especially nowadays when people are so very, you know, they're more willing to point a camera at you and record you and call you names or whatever than they are to actually pitch in and help. It takes a certain type of person to go, actually, no, I'm going to help this guy, instead of taking my phone out my pocket and recording them. Oh, we have a water issue. Look at that. And I'm pretty sure that water problem is because some of this water coming up was too cold. Yeah. We've got a liquid tepidizer, and it's just set to above, you know, it's below 3, warm it up. And occasionally it does pick up a little bit of water that's a bit too cold, and it bursts in the pipe. And it runs through either the water sieve or the desalinator. Oh, you're still running on that wheel. Let's check your skills. You must be well skilled by now. Your athletics doesn't seem to be going up, but that's probably because you got a -8. So, yeah, that's fair enough. You're probably at 20 with a -8, so that's good. That means I think you can probably stop running in here. Please go. Out. Out, out, out. And we will take you off of the door system. There you go. Renvoy. Aha! There we go. Oh, I don't mind the viewer count. It doesn't bother me at all. It could be 0, 1, 10. No, I don't mind. I record all the episodes and put them on YouTube anyway, so yeah, you can watch them whenever you like. Don't matter to me. It's fine by me. Some people might, you know, come in just to see what it's all about and then leave. No, it's fine. I don't mind. And I am very much the same. I'll watch someone for about 10 minutes and go, not for me. Nope, 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 not for me. And then I'm off. Oh, that's why that's off. Look at that. This bit of wire has melted, I think. Ooh. Let's change it to something a bit more. There we go. Yeah, that's supposed to be controlling that shutoff to run the water. That's probably why the water didn't run. Ah, that would explain it. Yes. That little bit there melted. There is a little chunk of lead just there. 5 kilos. Yep, that's what happened. It melted. I will mop this bit of... if it lets me. Okay, game is saving. Let's have a little bit of a... Yeah, sometimes when they're up to like 6 viewers or more on that, I'll go over a few things that we've built in the series because I have no idea what people have seen and what they haven't. So while I'm jumping around and doing things on different areas of the map, I'll do a quick rundown, but I obviously can't tell if it's like the same 6 people that were here yesterday and I'm boring them to tears because we've already said all this before. Or whether or not... hang on. See a bit that they can't get to there. Oh, I tried to go over things, you know. Once we get a bit more well-known or whatever, and people can kind of come on and see, then I'll stop doing that so much. I won't be so consistently sort of re-explaining things all the time. I'll be like, nah, if you want to check that out, go check out episode whatever. I think sometimes I just bore the hell out of people by saying the same thing all the time. Going over stuff that's already been done and talked about. But if people aren't going to speak and say in the chat, well, you know, what does this do or how does that work? Then I have no idea what bits, especially when the viewing figures goes up and there's more viewers. Like, do you kind of need more? Shall we move that along then? If we're not going to put the power transformer there, we're going to put it up here instead. Then I want to dig out that. I want to dig out all of that. Like that. Yeah, that seems to be legit. Let's get rid of you. That'll take her a while. Yeah. Did I give her the ability to dig that? I think I did. Pretty sure I did. Right, we've got all the iron out of here now. There's a bit of lead in there. I'd rather get rid of that out of there. Pop the lead in here. Refined metal. Just because it melts at such a low temperature, and I don't want melted lead in there when it erupts. Rather that wasn't in there. There is a little bit of iron. That can be swept out as well. And that can go in there too. Excellent, good job. She doesn't want to do sweeping jobs. She much prefers digging, don't you? Don't you, Ellie? Prefers a good dig. Well, thank you very much for that. That's that gives me a lot of confidence to continue. Like I say, if I'd started 5 years ago, I probably would have been a lot more established by now and a lot more knowing what I'm doing and stuff. Most of what I'm doing, I'm just fudging my way through and figuring it out for myself. Watching YouTube tutorials and stuff. We'll get there. We'll get there. Slowly and surely we will get there. Now, power-wise, we need a large transformer here, which will flip round. Place that just there. That can be made of steel. And we'll get a joint plate. Probably a joint plate will do. Or we could come up through... No, we'll use a joint plate. Where are we going to place the joint plate? It can be anywhere really along here. Could be right there. Could be there. Right above this battery. Yeah, I think. No? There. Cancel you. And that will join to there. And that will join to there. Excellent. And this will end up being the battery bank instead of here. There we go. Excellent. Good job, Ellie. Doing some work. Getting stuff done. I will plug all of our steam turbines from this into this battery row here. And we'll run our power off of that. That seems like a better way of doing it. It does mean that we've got to bring the power from the solar panels down into here and attach to this heavy wire as well. Which might be a bit easier actually. We could probably run it up here. Up the edge here. Just trap it inside these doors or something. I don't know. We'll figure a way. Where there's a will, there's a relative. I mean, yeah, a way. Right. There's looking up. Gonna take a while to dig through all of that. Let's see what we got. 30 cycles on that. So if we can get at least this bit set up. If I go power-wise, I'm gonna actually run that from here now instead. That's gonna be snipped. That's going to come from there, right up to there, job done. That's where the power's going to come from. This is where we're going to put all the power. That seems like a much better way of doing it. And the power from the solar panels, which has actually generated quite a bit. It's filled all these batteries. But when we start running this thing, 480 constantly, that will not be enough power. Definitely not. We'll be reliant on some other power sources. We're going to try this. It may or may not work. It may turn out that we end up with all the volcanoes dormant at the same time and nothing will work. That'll be funny. We'll just put Ellie on a hamster wheel and go back to basics. Come round, come round, come round. Nope. Going to go over there instead, are you? Ah, one last bit of steel for that. Right. I'm actually going to connect that, I think. Not going to make any difference. There's no power in the system yet. There will be, but there isn't yet. Now, I don't think this is wholly necessary, is it? Maybe moving the batteries would be better. Waste of time. Yeah, that's on a 5. So let's do this. If we can build... We've got 2 steam turbines there. We need another 2 steam turbines for this one. Let's dig this on a higher priority. Let's go to there. Oh, and there. Is that frozen over? There's another frozen ladder. Yes, it has. It's a frozen ladder of doom. Come down here and do this, would you? There we go. Beautiful. Now come down and do this. Yep. This level will be bricks again. Above this and neutronium. Just here. And we'll put... I just want to make sure I don't accidentally use up the material. That'll be 3 tiles high. I'm going to do 3 on this one. And then flip that. Put that there. That way we can dig across. Across there like so. Yeah, we got a lot of materials dropping down. That's just polluted ice there, so I'm worried about digging it out, but it shouldn't move. It shouldn't move. We'll just let her dig. She's got stuff to do. Ah, she's off to bed again. Is that sweep only? Yes. Good. I wanted to get rid of that piece of iron out of there. There's not much left, but I just want to get rid of it so we can brick this back in. I'm not worried about sweeping it out and stuff for now. That'll take ages with just Ellie doing it. But we've got this now set up. The power generated by any of the steam turbines will power these batteries, and which will in turn power these transformers. And the transformers will power whatever we've got running, which in this case will be the red bolt generator for now. We just need to move the power from these. I'm going to cancel this bit for a while. I want to change this power up. Power cable to... Now we could use iron. We could also use lead. I think we're going to have to use the steel. I'll let her build these first. Then we know that whatever steel we've got left we can use. That's going to use quite a bit of steel, I should imagine. Or we could wait until one of these is erupting. What should we do? There's not enough water here, so yeah. We can build granite in the floor there. I want to make sure we save at least one tile's worth of water. So we'll place a tile there as well when it'll let me click. It says we don't have a duplicate who can build it, but that's because she's on the rocket. When she gets off, that'll be fine. She'll build it. Plenty of granite around. And there. So that will give us at least one tile's worth. There's a lot of material in here that can melt, so that's fine. I'm tempted just to brick up this side when we're done. And just let this fill up with water. We might want to stick a pump in here. Ventilation. How are we going to do that? Can we run a big pump? Ventilation. Yeah, because we've got a little bit of liquid here. I think this liquid is chlorine. So we could use that as a liquid lock to get in here. We're losing opportunity here. This could be erupting. Giving us some iron to use. Obviously, we've got to cool that iron down, so I don't want the temperature of that iron hitting this chlorine liquid, actually. That would be bad, wouldn't it? Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is dig those three out. We can reach 3 down from one ladder, and that should help that to drain away into here. A shame we could have used it, but never mind, it's fine. Right, keep building. Might be a case of, if we brick this up, we could kind of dig through here and let all this water flow in here. That might help. Yeah, if we get rid of that tile that we built deliberately, and then unbuild it deliberately, place a tile right in line with that just there. That's perfect. Yeah, don't worry, Volcano. We're going to get to you. We're going to get you. We're going to be done. Don't panic, sir. Just as soon as Ellie gets round to building these tiles. Excellent. Look at that. We will have at least 4 turbines attached to 2 volcanoes, and then we'll do this too separately. We should be able to do the power wire out of iron at that point instead of wasting all our steel. Bring it. And a lot of this is snow, polluted ice and stuff in here. Yeah. Bit of a mess. Bit of a mess. We'll have to put that back. We'll have to put that one back just so that the water that flows in here doesn't just fill up this room. Getting there. We're getting there. We are achieving. It can feel a bit daunting, like you're not getting anything done, but definitely getting things done. You're allowed to build that, Ellie. You're allowed to build that. You don't have to panic. Come on. Get that built. We can start doing things. I don't know what happens to chlorine. What temperature? Chlorine gas. Oh well. It doesn't turn into another state of chlorine. Right, now let's dig. Very high priority. Dig in there, please. Dig in there. Hey, come back. Don't worry about that. Come down here. This is important. Yeah, see? Thought you might. Once you get given a new job order. There we go. Let that flow. Let it flow. Let it flow. Good on you. Well done. Good work. Good work, Ellie. We're pleased with your successes. And we're nearly there. That's perfect. Hopefully that will flow into this room now. Let's open it. Who cares? Let's just do stupid things. It's probably dangerous. Fill our room with steam. Priority 9. Yeah, do that one first, because that's kind of causing a lock there to block the water flow. I don't want it doing that. I want it to flow inside. Come on, you can do it. Where's she gone now? She's gone for a break. I don't know. Sometimes she just decides to wander off. You in there? No, she's not in here. Pump is running, so I think she was in here, just maybe topping up her suit with oxygen. Now, what we're going to do here is build that up very high. That should hopefully push some of this water in that direction. It's having trouble because it doesn't want to mix different types of waters. And it doesn't enjoy that process. It's going to make its own liquid lock. That's cruel. What's going on? Amazing. I bet you it erupts during the night when I can't do anything about it. Put a ladder there because I want to get rid of that block, but then she won't be able to get across unless she goes through the volcano. We're going to brick that in soon. That won't be possible. We want some more iron so that we can build some more wires and stuff, don't we? It would be good if we had a bit more iron. And I don't have to keep wasting my steel. This thing's made of steel. We could deconstruct that. How's that going? Yeah, I don't think she's sweeping that iron up, is she? Go errands. No pending deliveries. What? There is pending deliveries. It's set to iron. And there is iron just here. Oh, the iron isn't set to sweep. Okay, okay. The data banks are set to sweep. Well, don't bother with those then. Get that iron out of there, would you? Somehow I've mistakenly set the data banks instead. How long have you got? 29 cycles. Yeah, we're going to brick you back in. So we'll brick the bottom one. No, actually, we'll brick the top one first. Should hopefully prevent any gas entering this room. With any luck. This one. Yeah, screw it. We don't care. We're slowly allowing this to push in and hopefully raise this water level up to this point. All 8.5. I think it's stopped at this point. It's not going to raise any further. I'm going to suppress those notifications. Oh, you're doing a lot of work, Ellie. You're getting this place tidied up. Good job, Ellie. Ah, that needs getting rid of as well. Oh, I just noticed when you do that, you get a little row of... I never noticed that before. That's cool. That's very cool. I like that. Oh, we are getting some meltage happening. There's water pouring down. That's nice to see. Good. I know we don't want to dig away too much of the cold area, but yeah, we'll put in some kind of... Yeah, I better do that because this tile will get very hot otherwise. This tile here will get very, very hot at some point. One more double set of steam turbines to put in place. And one of them we might stick an aqua tuner in at some point in the future and run an actual proper cooling loop. But now we're just going to fudge our way through it. See if we can stick our batteries somewhere where they'll stay cool enough to run. Once we've got access to a bit of iron, we can really sort of start setting this place up. When she gets up, it would be nice if she would examine that. Is there anything I'd rather she did first? Let's set to analyze. She might be in danger again. Yeah. I don't mind water landing here. It's polluted, it's horrible, it's ugly and whatever, and it gives off gas. But it will keep these, give these turbines something to drop their heat into for now. These walls are minus 38, you know, so all of this material. Actually, I might cancel digging that out. The more cold material we can have around the area, kind of the better, in a sense. So we'll have 6 steam turbines, but I don't think they'll all be running at the same time. So as long as one of them's running, one pair of turbines is running, we'll be getting a bit of power. That's all we want. We could have sent over some uranium, made a reactor and things like that and stuff. But, you know, hey, let's try using what's here first. There we go. Look at all this melting and dripping down. That's awesome. I should slowly fill this. Not very quickly, but yeah, it'll get done. So that'll take her a while. She'll examine that one. And we can put a tile here. Pushing the water along even further. This stuff is already pooled. It looks like there's a lot of water, but there actually is less than there seems. You could probably mop that. Yeah. There isn't as much water there as it looks, unfortunately. But let's hope Ellie's a little bit quicker than she used to be. No point pumping this out because it's going to be off-gassing in here. We pump the gas out. I mean, we're still not going to have the steam turbines running very well because we so much polluted water will end up off-gassing again anyway. Ever pumped out a room in this game and then wondered why you're pumping it out 3 hours later? It was a tiny little room and then you realise there's one tiny little scrap somewhere that's off-gassing. You've been pumping that out for ages. There is actually some glass here we could steal. Wonder how much is there? 25. A little bit of glass. I'd like to dig down just to explore, but there's more important things to do at the moment. Let's just leave her to do this. Is this still filling up with water? It's slowly going up with what's dripping off the edges. Very slowly. I think I'll cancel that bit. Just delete those two, so anything drips down here. Yeah, that'll be good. Some of it's dripping down this way. But it's finding its way into the volcano anyway, so that's okay. It'd be nice to be able to put some salt water, a little layer of salt water on the top of this. Top it off gassing, then we could pump it out. How are we going to get that salt water over there? We've got the space just here to build a liquid lock entry, so this will probably be the one that we'll put a steam turbine in at some point. Aqua tuner, I mean, and run a cooling loop from here. We can keep the turbines cool and make a kind of a battery box in the middle here to keep cool. Don't know what we use it all for, but hey, all we need is to run that at the moment. We're getting there. We've got batteries, we've got power, and we just need to make a bit of power during the downtime at night or whatever. We could do what I said about restoring power through here at night. So this would actually have a power shut off. And then have a automation, a cycle sensor, yeah, cycle sensor right there. And then just, how much is that to build? Make it out of iron. How much are you to build? Will make you out of iron? No, we'll make you out of wolframite. That's good enough for me. Wolframite for you. And then a little bit of automation wire. Link that together. Oh, that can be made out of iron as well. Excellent. We'll do that at some point when she wakes up. That means what we can do is we can have this power the rocket during the day, and then at night time we'll set this to kick in so that it adds some of the power from the rocket back into the base again if we need it. We may not need it, but at the moment, I think Ellie's doing quite well. She's actually faster than she was. She's not super fast at all. She's not like Bubbles. Bubbles would have had that done by now and made the tea. Bubbles would have... her science skills gone up. That's useful. Yeah, we've got building entombment, but that's because this turbine's blocked over here. It's got a bit of downfall. Something landed on it. Never swept it up. Very unusual. Usually they're very quick to do that. They like destroying things. Oh, Ellie. It might get a bit warm. Just saying. And in fact, the opposite just happened, and we got a block of ice instead. Please don't flash it to steam just yet when I'm not ready. We need another tile just there, and that will probably form a liquid lock of its own. That's why I was trying to avoid doing that too soon, because once it sticks a liquid lock in of its own, it's kind of difficult to get the water to flow how you want it to, and I was trying to flow water in. I don't think we're going to be able to flow much more in there. All down here now. I don't want to mess around with pumps. There's so much ice in here. Once it's run for a little while, it should fill itself up with tons of water. Come on, Ellie. You know you want to. Pop back to Lavini. See if we can do anything. Oh, I want to double check one thing. Did we fill this tank? This tank is now full, so the signal thing is off. Which now means this does not send any more petrol over. Go back to Lavini. And we check our petrol tank. That's filled itself up. Liquid has stopped flowing. There's no liquid in the pipes. But this is disabled by the automation that it's receiving from this. And it is turned into petrol. We're not using that one. That was the other one. I need to delete it actually. And yeah, so that detects that it doesn't need any more petrol anymore and stops the flow. Well, that's very nice. I like that. But what we need now is a way of putting red bolts into here. Now, do we want another setup like this? Do we want another one of these? Like, red bolt generators. They cost a lot of power to run. But it's not like we're underpowered on this place, so we could do that. We could just gather red bolts from space. I click on that actually. Let's see. If we were to do one of these now, yeah, what I need is to go so that you can see the squares on the map. So you want to go there, 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 there. Oh, there. Right there, isn't it? That's annoying. How about going this way then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically there, okay? 1, 2, 4, 7. But if we went that way, you'd have to cut through the floor, which is not good. I don't think you can flip these buildings, can you? No. I'm hitting 0 and nothing happens. So in that case, I think I would rather move this further along. That's annoying because I've already put in the conveyor rail. Unless we build it here, then we don't want dupes running across and getting shot by red bolts in the head. But they need to have access to the meteor blasters, definitely. I think in sense we're going to move it over here. That's a pain in the ass, but I think we're going to. Oh no, because I put that over here now. It's still got... Yeah, Muppet. If we put that back there then, that's fine, that's fine. Because I don't want it coming too close to this door. Shoot the red bolts in. We could just move it along a bit, couldn't we? Yeah, we could just move it along a bit. Always overcomplicating things. Let's deconstruct that. Maybe deconstruct you. I will cancel that until I've come back. So this is all set up correctly, and that means that this place, we don't need to panic about running out of power because they've got plenty of petrol now. We don't have to sort of go off and do another project on another place when we're trying to concentrate on getting one thing sorted. I will be right back in 1 moment. I am back. Thank you for your patience. Seem to have a bit of rain going on. Let's deconstruct that. And I don't think I'll be able to fit it in, will I? No, not until they've deconstructed it. Put a little bit closer to the other meteor blaster. Let's go back to Frigilia, where we're trying to work. Ah, she's finished. Look at that. Priority 9. Dig that out. We've got some chunks forming in here. Takes a lot to freeze that polluted water. Build that for me. If you would be so kind. There we go. Lovely. Look at that. I'd like to leave that open a bit, just so we can run some more water in here. But, yeah. If we brick that one there, we won't be able to get through, but we can go round. We can go round, so we've still got access. But I'd like to drop there by 1. And once we get to the point where we can get a little bit of water on here, should be able to make ourselves a little liquid lock there. Just a 1 pile block. So we'll have to dig a bit of this out and put a ladder in. I think that should work. I think that's an awful lot of water though for this poor thing to pump out. And then we'll need liquid vent directly there. Yeah, made of steel, please. Yes, please. Insulated liquid pipe. We're just going to go with granite because that's what we used before. Let's just hope it doesn't melt. And pop that into there. I want to drip that water back on at the hottest part, which would probably be in the middle actually, where it all forms. Yeah. I want it to kind of flow this way, so we'll drop it right there. Should encourage anything that needs to flow that way, can do so. I was hoping there'd be something up here that would melt and drip down, so I'd have some water splashing here. It's only splashing on this side for now. Can you do this inside bit first? It's not hugely important, but it's just, you know, important enough. And once we've got some iron, we'll build the heavy conductive wire and link this together. Rather not use up all my steel. I don't think it'll be generating any power anyway for a while yet. A long time yet. This one has got 27 cycles before it goes. Yeah, we've got 0 plastic left, so hopefully that means these can actually be built. Poor old rover! I think poor old rover's going to get deconstructed at this point. Take our bit of steel back. Is this still increasing? Yeah, it is slowly going up, look. 620.6. Oh, it's gone down. That's the problem. See, once you start getting these weird liquid lock things, the water starts behaving rather oddly. But we should be able to get around here and get stuff done. Yeah, you're digging that out. Excellent, excellent. So, what are we doing? 1, 2 in, 2 up. You aren't going to be able to get in there, are you? Need a ladder down the back. Down here. that one and dig out that one. Yeah, just digging that one. As long as I got 2 tiles gap, I should be able to walk through. At that point, we can then, yeah, we'll have to put in these tiles, and I don't want her to get her head stuck. Gotta be very careful of that. Don't get your head stuck, will ya? I don't know whether to brick this side up, maybe just leave an airflow tile there, try and push some of this air out, or to put a pump in here, or what to do. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that. I haven't decided. We could potentially put a pump down here and just, because it's all attached and it's technically one room, brick this bit off up here, just let it pump the whole thing out so the pump's not in here. I don't know, there's ways and means of doing stuff. Sometimes you overcomplicate it. Are you going for lunch? Yes, you are. Okay, fair enough. So what we'll do here is we'll just run these granite tiles in situ where they're going to need to be placed. That way, when she comes back, hopefully she can build these turbines and we can see where we are in the lines of how much steel. We bought 20 tons with us. Yeah, that's quite a lot we've used. Oh, there's a bit of barbecue there. Well, we know what we're doing with that. We're going to go to Grosselin. We're feeding it to the tree. Have some barbecue, tree. We know you want to. Yeah, look at that. That tree's getting well fed now. Don't know if the tree can actually eat it fast enough before it goes rotten. I never thought of that when I started setting this up to dump all the food in here, because it's getting bog jelly at the same time as these dust caps are harvested. How much slime is left? 7.8 tons. Oh, that's fine. That'll last a while yet. Totally automated. No dupe interaction whatsoever. And this resin is definitely going down. It's not going down as fast as I would like, but it's definitely going down. So while this tungsten volcano is active, it's actually producing quite a lot of iso resin. Awesome, I like it. Solar panels are kicking in automatically. But see, this place did have its own secret advantage. And the advantage is that it's got 2 hydrogen vents. And the hydrogen vents produce enough hydrogen to run 1 hydrogen generator, basically permanently. 100 grams a second, permanently. Once the save game is finished, I can show you that. If I come down to this hydrogen vent, its average output is 113.9. And a hydrogen generator uses 100. We go to power, actually, it's probably better to show it there. Yeah, hydrogen, 100 grams a second. So 1 vent can provide enough hydrogen for 1 hydrogen generator to last eternally. Forever. Oh, man. And so we've got 2 of them here as well. So that means we can run 2 hydrogen generators permanently. We don't even need the solar panel for that. So yeah, let's go back to Frigida because that is still entombed and it's annoying me. Why aren't you doing that? Errand. Let's cancel that then and then go. And let's go dig. See if that now makes her more inclined to go and dig that piece of sand away. The other skill I would like to give her. Yeah, there you go. She's got the job for it now. Boom, now you can work. The other thing I'd like to give her is the demolition skill before we go from this area. And then that way we can destroy these ladders and these light fixtures and this vending machine and that light fixture. Just get rid of some crap that's just been in our way. I hope you're going to have fun in there. You're going to enjoy yourself, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yeah. What I may do is delete this tile, put a door here on an automation switch so I can manually control it, and then get her to come and delete this tile. And that way we can let some of the water out and then just manually close the door with a switch. And that way there won't be so much water in there. There's so much. Because we've tried deleting this tile and it just goes back like that again when we brick it back in. So yeah, there's a lot of water in here and I think that'll take a very long time to heat that up. We could try that if we wanted. Something to attempt. Ooh, things is happening. Stuff and things are going on. Now let's place a tile there then. That looks like fun, doesn't it? Place a tile there now. We can use this as kind of like a liquid lock, but this is constantly adding water to the system and I don't really want any more in here. Yeah, for now, we're just going to brick that up. We've got to get these gases out. That's the priority, because these will not provide power with all this gas in here. Once it heats it and turns it to steam and it settles back as water, it'll just be water and there'll be little bits of dirt, polluted dirt lying around. There you go, polluted dirt in there. At that point it will not off gas because there will always be too much pressure in here for it to off gas. But getting it to make the steam is going to be pretty tricky, I think. That mean we have some more iron? Let's add iron to the, not iron ore, the other one. We want to see... Got iron here. Yes, we do. Maybe bricking that in is a bad idea, because then we can't get to the iron. Yeah, there's quite a lot of it too. Actually, we'll undo that again. Hopefully, if we brick this side off... Boom. Now we can undo this. Get rid of that. Yeah, we're going to have to open it. I'm sorry. Gonna have to open it for now. At least a little blob of liquid here would be nice. But not hugely necessary. We do want access to that iron so I can build the rest. This, I'm going to build it. Bit of iron. Might take a few eruptions to get enough. There you go. That bit was one eruption's worth of iron. Doesn't seem like much, does it? But over time, that certainly adds up to a lot. Aha! One steam turbine is built. I want to get this one built, and then I know that we can use the rest of the steel up. Not worry. We're overusing it. There you go. Excellent job. Well done. Try not to get yourself trapped. There's so much granite about. You should be able to dig your way out of any problems. If you have to come back in here, we can dig these two tiles here. Because there is a little bit of liquid there. We can come in and do what we want to do. Now, I think we'll just leave it open. Not like it's going to run, is it? Look at all these gases in here. Crikey. Go to the gas overlay. Yeah, we need that to replace with water and steam. Then we can brick it up. When are you going to erupt? 0.9 cycles, that's the quickest way to tell. It always looks like it's going to start running. There's nothing to run yet. You haven't got any steam, pal. There we go. Beautifully done. Well done, you. Now, we could stop that from constantly running and dripping down here every time this melts, because I don't want to add more water to the system. I think we're just going to do that. So any water that then now comes, instead of dripping here, will drip down here. Fair enough, you can go off where I don't need you. That way we can brick this side up, delete these two, and we've got our own tiny little liquid lock that we can use to come in and set up a pump and pump all the air out. Although I think it'll be a fruitless, pointless task until all this polluted has been converted to steam. Then back into water again. We'll see how that works. There you go, Ellie. You can now build that one. And that one can also be added to this heavy wire. Excellent. You have loads of power here. I'll probably do all of this and then they'll all go dormant for like 50 cycles. Like, finished. Excellent. Power. No power. Sorry. Come back in 50 cycles. You might get some. There's a bit of carbon dioxide stuck in this one. There's a little bit. We do that. We brick that one up from that side. Yeah, we can. And we will. I think there's enough polluted ice and stuff in here to run this. Might be. Who knows? If you can get it to the point where you compress the polluted oxygen into one tile, sometimes the game just deletes it. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Right, I think she's off to bed again. Got some more work done. Got nearly got all 6 turbines in situ. And as we get more and more iron out of the system, we will make more and more heavy watt conductive wire joining all these together. And we're also going to run it up here and convert this into heavy watt wire as well for these two. I might move this solar panel to this side because that's the one that just charges our battery. We can leave this wire in place. Yeah, that's what I was going to do. Set this to say night time. Move it along a little bit so it comes on just before it gets to night and it carries on just after. And that would give out a red signal. So we actually want the inverse of that. You could either use a NOT gate or you could literally just do it in reverse. Maybe like that, something like that. And what that would achieve is that would allow this to run power from our battery only at night time into the system. And then during the day it will stop. It will charge up its battery with its solar panel. I don't know if the 2 little solar panels built into the rocket will also charge that battery while it's landed. As far as I know, they changed it and stopped that from happening when they came in and nerfed solar power. Solar power used to be so powerful, so good. That should mean now that that is that's off. See, it's a different colour. This is all purple, and to that point, no, that will only power that. And then whenever this kicks in, it will then enable this to be all one circuit, and that will be at night, so these won't be working anyway. So yeah, And if we move that solar panel over this side, then we can put this one here where it should be. A lot better. I don't want to do that at all. Right. So, can we get a bit more iron out of the system? Also build these two. I was going to build those anyway. We'll rely on this tiny little blob of polluted water here to be our liquid lock. Hopefully it will last long enough for us to do whatever the heck it is we've got to do. So if we go ventilation and we just run a normal gas pipe, make it out of granite because that's what's lying around everywhere. And we just come out like that. Do we have enough plastic? Build ourselves a high pressure gas vent. We do. Excellent. So what we're going to do there, I believe, is, yeah, if we go ventilation and we go gas pump, full-sized one, made of steel, pop it in the corner there. We'll need a little bit of power, which we can run. Let's choose the other power, conductive wire. It's going to be steel, isn't it? That's annoying, but yeah, we'll make that bit out of steel. Yeah, we'll get it back, so I'm not bothered. We'll just run it straight up to... Whoa, not like that. So there. The reason that happens sometimes is they brought out a thing that if you press shift while you're drawing a power line or a ladder or something, you'll always get a nice straight line. It won't go weird like that. But I find it so much easier just to use the ASDF. Just hold it down and just go left and right like that. I mean, sometimes you do shoot over where you want to. It's much simpler. Much simpler. There we go. Now you'll do those two tiles, won't you? Yeah, I get you. Going to erupt in 2 cycles. We'll let it erupt first and then we'll bust in and build all this stuff. We'll actually have a use for this power that we're generating, because we'll be pumping this into a vacuum. It won't work very well because this will constantly off gas, but as it slowly, you know, we won't run this when it's full of steam. Now we could automate that. There's a way to automate it and all that sort of thing, but it's not worth the effort. We just want to convert this to water and pump out all the nasty gases, so that the turbines can run. All we want to do. Pain in the arse having polluted water in here though, really is. So much easier with just clean water, but you know, we could have swept out all the polluted ice and brought containers of normal ice and snow in. Rising pressure erupts in 75 seconds. Here we go. Might make a bit more steam this time, because I think it did actually generate a little bit of steam. Shockingly enough. It did. Oh Ellie, you're so good. You've done all this work all by yourself. On Grosselin and on Frigilia now. So much easier just to micromanage the one dupe. It would be much quicker to get the work done if you sent like a team, colonization team that you train up deliberately to do such things. Go in 10 seconds. Here he goes. Also a way to do your steam as well. There's glass in here. There must have been sand. The heat from that must have converted it to glass. Look how much glass there is. It's not much, but you know, it's a way of making sand. There's a block of sand there. just suddenly appeared as soon as that started erupting. Gonna make any steam? Oh, there's a tiny bit of steam trying to generate, but there's a whole layer of polluted oxygen at the top. Oh wow, look at that. I will be coming in and pumping that out. There is. There's a layer of water here, which is fine. We want the layer of water because that'll stop it from off-gassing. Oh look, there's even a little bit just appeared there. 1,000 degrees. You done? Look at that 1,000 degrees bit of iron. Slowly cooling down. Well, rapidly cooling down. Crikey. Okay, so we will deconstruct that tile there, please. And this iron volcano is going to erupt in 1.3 cycles. I think once we've activated this thing, we might be able to use the red bulk generator system to send us over some send all the iron over to Lavini, the main place. Come down here and then you've got to build all of this crap. Dig that out as well, please. I think a little puff did get in, but never mind, that's fine. We've got to pump it out anyway. So, water-wise, there's still a coating of water. I think there is. Means we can pump it to a vacuum. A little bit of steam, I think, got out there. No, it's oxygen, okay. Yeah, as long as there's a layer of water, we can go to liquid there. Ah, crap. Look at that. We made that when we came in. Ah, nuts. Might not be able to pump a vacuum then, because this will constantly be replenishing the polluted water. Oh no, look, it's spreading, it's spreading. Yeah, look at that. Oh no. That's not water anymore. Oh crap. What's going on in there? Oh my word. I think what I'll do, let that pump to a vacuum. We'll probably place a tile there. That'll save it. I don't care about getting that bit of steel back or anything like that. That's fine by me. If we can stop that from off-gassing in that room, and we can control whether it comes on or not, because we can just use the snipping tool to cut the power. We can just cut this wire. We will be back in there. It's not going to stay like that. It's just, you know. Oh, she's gone now. Let's change that back to the gas overlay. That's why we put in a high pressure vent, because it will overpressurize with one type of gas, and then it won't be able to pump anything out. But by putting a high pressure vent in, it's only a small room, we're not going to overpressurize the area. We can just pump out whatever's in here. And at a later date, we'll come back in and clear it out. Right, so let's check this out. I don't like that. That's not neat. Do that. And then cancel that because I didn't mean to do that one, please. Place that. There we go. And we'll need ladderage there to do that. And right, so at this point we've got this. If I go by ladder, we can see the squares. We need to line it up with, when the game finishes saving, need to line it up about near that ladder where the door, it was too far over, so it would have been right in the door. I don't want it too close. So we'll probably set up one of those lamps. Yeah, I think we'll set up one of the lamps once the game save has occurred. Come on, game, you know you can save. Thank you. Right, so it's got to be in line with that. Which is here. That marks the line that I want to go on. So we had power. We've got power here, but we'll need new power because this costs an absolute arm and a leg to run. We might need to put another transformer in and power this separately. Probably will, actually. Then what we'll do is we'll have a similar system to what we did down there. We'll just use a radiation lamp. Yeah, we'll point it like. Must be built against a wall. Okay, fine. We can build a wall then. Build it there, and then we'll put it against the wall. Fine. And we'll have, it doesn't need to be a huge amount, I don't really care at the moment about how much red bolts we're generating. We need a couple of generators. We know that right in front of it, those 3 tiles, I think this one's the best, and then it's these 3. Actually, we can go and check on the other one. This one here. We go like this. That tile is really the best one. 703 rads. Then that one's 643, 482. Yeah, so it's that one and then those 3. And that'll be it. Because this already costs enough power to run. Crikey. Yeah. We will have 1 directly in front of it. And then we'll have 3. We'll put 1 there when that ladder's gone. And we want to send it to this tile here, don't we? So it can go up at an angle into there. So that one can probably... Actually, if we brought it down by 1. Yeah, if we brought it down by 1. And then we cancel that one. Bring that to there. Construct you. Another one of those. Come on. Right there, and then 1. Like so. Actually, no. Cancel you. Build it down facing the other way. These things, they get hot, right? They'll heat up and they'll end up dying. So we need some kind of coolant area for those. One way of cooling them down. Running a liquid through them. But there isn't much gas here in this area. Cool it. How did we do it down here? Let's have another look. Down here, it's just a room full of oxygen. Which helps to give them something to dump their 100 and something. There we go, there's a bit of depleted uranium dropping down. Super slow method of doing it. I didn't really want to build a red bolt reactor this time. I built a massive one last time. But I will build one in the next series. Definitely a big red bolt reactor again. They're kind of fun to build. And to watch them explode when you don't give them enough oxygen. Not enough water. So let's go from deconstruct. And there, we want to go that tile there. Not to the cancel, don't do the wire, do that block, so I've got an idea where I'm aiming everything. Then I want a reflector. Point into there. That's not going to work as well as I hoped. We could point them all to 1 and then have that point up there. Yeah, that's going to go in and there. And there. That's not going to work as well as I'd hoped. Want to line up as good. Or we could just fire all these out to a single source and then fire them up. The way we did it on this one, mind my pen and scan, I do apologise. We put them all just going straight forward so they all point into 1. Then that one shoots it round into the machine or wherever you want it. And then you have like a one there so that if this goes through it, it recycles them. It keeps going round, round. It doesn't just hit the wall and get wasted. If someone's there and they use it in the time it takes it to go round, you'll actually get the use of them. Rad bolts. They'll probably just disappear into space before we get a chance to use them. But yeah, so that's we use a reflector kind of like that. And then that shoots up to here. And that would be where we would fire it into there. Probably be better to there, wouldn't it? And that can go in. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll deconstruct that ladder there. I'm intending on getting rid of this ladder section. I will be calling the stream. I've been on for about 3 hours or more, so we'll be carrying on later. After I've had some lunch. But nice to have you. Nice to see you. Take care. Good of you to join us. That's the main thing. And then another one of those, which will be set right. How's it got to go? There or one up? There, I think. Yeah. So that will be set pointing down. That one will be set pointing up. You can see the little eye moves when you click it. That will go like that. So they're all pointing at this one. And this one's got to have its own way to go. We're going to point that one. That one can go that way as well, I guess. We'll just have another reflector there. There you go. Might have been able to reach those reflectors, so we'll stick a ladder there. That way, all of this will shoot up into this one will shoot into there. Perfect. Go back to power use. Polluted oxygen. Yeah, I think we're just now at this point struggling to pump it all out. As it's constantly off-gassing. The more we pump, the more it off-gasses. If we can brick that in, we can come in and get this iron out. I think I might remove this tile and go down one and up. Yeah. That'll give us a definite, decent liquid lock. Hopefully when this erupts, what I'm going to do is before it erupts, we're going to snip the power. Come on, you know you want to. Right, there we go. Let it erupt, do its thing. Got some iron in here to get out and use. Once we've replaced this heavy wire and built a bunch of batteries, and I'm not too fussed about coming in for the iron at the moment. Just getting the power out that we want. Awesome sauce. It's nice. I like seeing things slowly coming together. Yeah, it's actually covered in water, so theoretically that should pump out the iron. Shouldn't be able to off-gas. Oh, it's about to erupt in 2 seconds. Overpressure. You shouldn't be overpressure, pal. No, there you go. There we go. That should generate more water. Might even kick the steam turbine into gear. There we go. Just the colony's time usage period key. Did I accidentally touch that? So have we got pure water at the bottom now, have we? What's this? I can't mouse over it. Well, I'm mousing over it, but nothing's showing because the game is saving again. There we go. Brine. Oh yeah, we've got brine in here. That means some of the things are melting. I actually think I should just connect it, because there's polluted oxygen that's got to be pumped out, and if we let it go too much we might end up in a situation where we can't run the pump because it'll be flooded. I'd rather just run it and try and get rid of this polluted oxygen. There is a layer of water on top of it, so it shouldn't be off-gassing, but I think it is somehow. Wouldn't be any way for it to off-gas. Maybe it can off-gas diagonally or something. I don't know. Now if we we put in a tile there, we can maybe deconstruct this tile and we can deconstruct that one. Come in and get that iron out. That will also lower the water level a little bit, which I'm quite pleased to do, because there seems to be rather a lot in here. Yeah, this bottom layer is full. This top layer has not got a lot, but still an awful lot of water to try to run. Oh, you finally getting somewhere? Going down? It is. It's going down. Ah, here we go. Should mean that the next time it erupts, we would actually be able to run one of these turbines. It might actually make some steam. Who knows? I'm going to do this one as well, Ellie. Thank you. Now you've got to build iron wires. Is that all iron? It is. Come on, you can do it. That one's still dormant, and we've done this one to the best of our... Excellent. That can go to there. I don't really want to dig too far into here, but that one I'll do for now. And then we'll place in a floor. Oh yeah, nice. I like it. Let's dig out this bottom bit a little bit. And I want to prioritize the floor higher, so that a lot of that ice and stuff will land on the floor and won't drop down. That saves us having to pump water in there. This has got to be on a higher priority. I want this wire done, because we might actually get some power out of this at some point. Would be nice. So we've got two tapped into. They're not got any sweepers or anything in them yet, but they're getting there. They're getting there. Yeah, this is going. What have we got now? I don't think it's generated more polluted oxygen. I think what's happened is it's actually just spread out over a wider area now, because we've lowered the water level. Don't think we've got much power. Hardly any power coming in. These solar panels. It's trying its best. Oh, fried mushrooms. We'll go feed those to the tree. The tree enjoys a varied diet. Whenever we get any food, we chuck it down there and the sweeper feeds it to the tree all automatically. And there's a dense buffalo egg there. Nice. Go back over here again. We've got a full battery there we could be taking advantage of. If we set this to allow power use. Might do that for now. Put that back later on. And this is not running because it's off of this transformer, which is only attached to these turbines. It's not attached to all of this section. So that should be fine. How much iron do we have now? 0 apparently, but that's because it's all been built into this. We're getting there. We are getting there. Slowly and surely we're getting there. Do that. This one, I think we're going to use this carbon dioxide liquid here. And make ourselves a weird carbon dioxide liquid entry point. Then we can put a pump in and just pump it all out. Pump all the gas out. With a little liquid lock. Also going to try that technique that I was on about, where we're going to delete that, put a door here. Yeah, thank you for that. And then we'll place a door. Mechanical door there. And a little bit of automation wire there. A signal switch there. And that way we can open this door and we can manually shut that to stop the water leaking. All of the water leaking out. We can do it by eye and just let that run down. So there's a lot less water in there. I think that will be a lot better. And we can try to stop that from letting any gases in. It might not work, it might let some gases in, but yeah, that's a chance you take, isn't it? Never mind. If it does, it does. Be frustrating and annoying, but hey, that's this game for you. You don't want to be frustrated and annoyed. Please don't play Oni. Because it will annoy you and bug you, but it's an interesting annoyance. There we go. That is now open. Salami. We deconstruct this file here on a stupendously high priority. Now this isn't powered, so it will take a moment to close. We'll just have to try and watch it by eye. We'll close it straight away and see if that works. Awesome. Look at that. Right. How much water do we have down here? We have quite a lot of salt water. We have 1,000 per tile, so we'll run that down. We'll let it pour out for a moment. And then we'll close it again. Let it settle. Now there's two different liquids in there. There is water on the top. Which is good because it means it's less likely to break this liquid lock and let some gas in. I prefer it didn't let any gas in. So how much water? 600 per tile. 6. Yeah, 2, 4, 6. So that's 200 kilos of pressure. That's quite a lot, I think. Let's just let a bit more out. Doesn't feel like you've let much out, but let it all settle and see what it comes down to. 480 or 60. Per tile, that's pretty nice. I think we'll do one more burst. Let out one more lot of water. As long as there's a different water at the bottom to the one on the top, then as long as there's some water in the bottom, it shouldn't break, because the water will always be on the top because they can't mix. Even if this gets quite low, and the water will still be on the top. There we go. We're down to 300 per tile, roughly, which is, when that's turned to gas, that should be 100 per tile. 3 tiles deep. So just under 300 is fine, I think. That's pretty good. It'll go up a bit when we build this block. We'll build the block diagonally through there. We won't unlock it for her. We'll leave it locked. And yeah, this looks good. Ah, look at this. It's filling up. Look at all the water we poured down here. Filling up. Well, I have been talking for 3.5 hours. My voice is becoming croaky and hoarse. Turning into a horse. That's what it is. Hey, no, I'm not. Yes, I am. Probably. I shall go and have some food. And we will continue this later on. Well, I would like to try and get these wires built before I go, but you always set yourself all these goals every 2 minutes. And you're like, you can stay playing for hours doing it that way. Crikey. So I thank you very much for watching. Anyone who's watching on YouTube later on, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a like and a subscribe if you can. That'd be great. It's slow going getting the subscribes on YouTube, but I understand it's not for everyone. It's fair enough. If you're watching this on VODs later on, hello. Perhaps you can give me a follow. That would be wonderful if you could. So, all that remains for me and Ali here to do. I'll finish. Oh, crikey, you've got some chlorine in here. How'd you manage that? We'll have to fix that next time. I don't want chlorine in here. Crikey. Now, we will see you later. We'll finish getting some iron and building this up. Build a lot more iron batteries in here. And hopefully we might be able to set it up so we can send some materials over. And then we can build some more stuff. Get this red bolt generator running. Fill up the temporal tear. We're getting close. We're getting close. So I will see you for that and much more later on. Cheers.